Chapter 11:16. In a forbidden ground on the side of the Dark Moon Lord dynasty, sacred King Samsara knows the secret technique to merge the power of the God Eye descendants together, and 4 God Eye descendants are all on the side of the Great Gone Lord dynasty. There's also the special existence known as Zhao Feng. We need to get rid of either sacred King Samsara or Zhao Feng. Everyone present was a peak expert that had survived the god corpse. At this moment, many non-humans had grim expressions as they expressed their opinions. After the battle of the god corpse, all the peak forces of the 2 Lord dynasties were heavily injured. They wouldn't be able to fight for the next several hundred years. However, the Dark Moon Lord dynasty didn't dare to fight the Great Gone Lord dynasty anymore. The power of the God Eye descendants had completely stunned them. Sacred King Samsara is more difficult to deal with. A sacred king expressed his opinion. Everyone knew the abilities of the eyes of Samsara. Although he was only a sacred king, his overall strength was comparable to normal demigods. Most importantly, sacred King Samsara's survivability was very strong. We need to think about how to deal with Zhao Feng. A demigod from the Dark Capital cult said, "Right now wasn't the time for the 2 Lord dynasties to fight, so it would be very difficult for the non-humans to enter the center of the Great Gone Lord dynasty." It's not like there aren't people in the Great Gone Lord dynasty that want to kill Zhao Feng. I believe they won't reject our help. Demigod Dark Dragon revealed a wicked smile. Deep underground, several 100,000 li away, Zhao Feng created a temporary cave abode. It would be great if I could find a good vessel for God Tribulation Lightning. Zhao Feng had this plan. Every time Zhao Feng duplicated a God Tribulation head, he would only obtain a small amount of God Tribulation Lightning. It wasn't worth it at all. Therefore, he really wanted a new vessel for God Tribulation Lightning. After sitting down, Zhao Feng circulated the 10,000 Divine Thoughts technique and started to consolidate his strength. With the help of the blood of the God Corpse and the power of the God Eye, all aspects of Zhao Feng's strength had increased too quickly. Although his foundation hadn't become unstable, Zhao Feng still needed to familiarize himself with his current strength in order to unleash his full power. The first part was to study the God's spiritual eye after it had been upgraded. The God's spiritual eye's abilities had all increased. For example, long-range vision, X-ray vision, soul eye techniques, soul defense, decomposition, duplication, and other abilities were completely different from before. The second part was used to cultivate the soul-forming technique. Once he successfully cultivated the transforming God technique, Zhao Feng would possess divine power. Not only would his strength increase, but he would also be able to use the divine artifact, the ancient God seal. As for the third part, Zhao Feng used it to study the remaining power of the God's blood in his right index finger. At this moment, Zhao Feng was already out of danger. He was considering whether to use this drop of God's blood as a cultivation resource or to turn it into an offensive method. Furthermore, this drop of divine blood existed in Zhao Feng's index finger, nourishing Zhao Feng's finger, palm, and even his entire body at all times. It continuously nourished Zhao Feng's life level and physique imperceptibly. Zhao Feng used the rest of his consciousness to observe the situation outside and communicate with the forces of the Ocean Smoke Pavilion on the battlefield. Bai Qingyue, send some people to gather some cloning techniques. Zhao Feng used the Dark Heart Seal to communicate with Bai Qingyue. It's time to form the body of the second clone. Zhao Feng was slightly excited. If the body was successfully formed, the second clone would at least have the cultivation of a quasi-sacred lord and wouldn't need to spend a lot of time cultivating like the first clone. After giving the order, Zhao Feng used the last part of his consciousness to inspect Xen Wuheng's situation 10,000 miles underground. 3 days later, Zhao Feng had almost completely familiarized himself with his current strength. Now that his sacred lightning body had reached the late stages of the mystic light realm, attacks from anyone below the level of a sacred king wouldn't be able to harm Zhao Feng at all. Furthermore, after his soul intent became stronger, Zhao Feng also used the abilities of his left eye to familiarize himself with everything. Now, even a top Sage King like Sage King Darkscreen is no match for me. Zhao Feng evaluated his strength after familiarizing himself with everything. This is? Zhao Feng's powerful soul intent found a weird soul aura on the surface of his lightning soul body. This is the power of samsara? Zhao Feng had interacted with the origin power of samsara before, so he was extremely familiar with this power. Why do I have the aura of sacred King Samsara's soul on me? Zhao Feng was puzzled. Right at this moment, a terrifying destructive pressure descended on heaven and earth. The true God lightning tribulation is about to arrive. Zhao Feng's expression changed. At the same time, all the experts on the battlefield opened their eyes and looked at the sky. Rumble. Boom. Boom. Heaven and earth turned pitch black as giant bolts of white lightning twisted and turned. They were like desolate beasts that radiated an invisible and terrifying aura. All living beings within several million miles were suppressed, and they stood still as if they were worshipping something. Boom. Suddenly, a huge bolt of white lightning rumbled down, as if tearing a hole in the pitch-black world. The intent of destruction radiated from the white lightning, and everything was destroyed wherever it passed. Boom. The ground of the battlefield cracked open. Such a terrifying power of God tribulation lightning. Zhao Feng was stunned. Even though he was several 100,000 miles underground, Zhao Feng could still feel the power of the God tribulation lightning. Normal demigods wouldn't be able to withstand this power. Of course, Xian Wuheng wasn't a normal person. Zhao Feng's gaze turned downward and landed on Xian Wuheng. At this moment, Xian Wuheng had his hands behind his back, and his body was glowing with a faint light. He had a calm expression as he looked into the sky. He's so calm. Zhao Feng was stunned. Xian Wuheng didn't seem to care about the true God lightning tribulation at all. Zhao Feng's expression suddenly froze. Xian Wuheng extended his right hand and waved it gently, blocking the terrifying bolt of God tribulation lightning. Boom. Lightning intertwined in the underground world. Xian Wuheng's true strength has probably surpassed normal true gods. Zhao Feng speculated in shock. Rumble. After the first bolt of God tribulation lightning, the second bolt descended, and it was even more powerful. However, Xian Wuheng still blocked the power of the God tribulation lightning easily. Rumble. After a few more bolts of God tribulation lightning descended, the number of black clouds in the sky suddenly increased. Boom. This time, 3 bolts of God tribulation lightning descended from the sky at the same time. Furthermore, the power of these 3 bolts of God tribulation lightning was so terrifying that it tore space apart. It was obvious that the power of the God tribulation lightning had exceeded the limit of this space. Underground, Xian Wuheng's eyes focused as he activated the divine power in the depths of his body. Rumble. Heaven and earth rumbled continuously, and the ground cracked. On the battlefield, all the experts of both Lord dynasties, including the demigods, were dumbfounded. Some of the demigods who had obtained great fortune in the God Corps and were preparing to break through to the heavenly divine realm were even more terrified. Why is the God tribulation lightning so terrifying? A demigod from the Grand Imperial Hall felt fear in his heart. It's probably because this senior is too strong, so he's attracted a special God tribulation lightning. Demigod Dragon Emperor said in shock. The black clouds of God tribulation lightning in the sky started to slowly dissipate. An enormous crater that was several dozen thousand miles wide appeared on the battlefield. Countless snakes of lightning swam within the crater and radiated a terrifying intent of destruction. Some of the demigods of both Lord dynasties immediately moved toward the area where the God tribulation lightning was exploding. What a terrifying power of God tribulation lightning! The peak demigods and sacred kings of both Lord dynasties could only stay above the crater. They couldn't go any deeper. Some sacred kings used this time to sit down nearby and use the power of God tribulation lightning to refine their sacred bodies. No one knew that a dark golden figure had suddenly appeared in the center of the God tribulation lightning 100,000 miles underground. Rumble. The instant Zhao Feng appeared, the remaining power of God tribulation lightning in this dimension instantly crushed toward Zhao Feng. Zhao Feng had already circulated his sacred lightning body to block the remaining power of God tribulation lightning in this dimension. Such a strong power of God tribulation lightning. Zhao Feng's sacred lightning body had the strongest resistance against lightning, and it had been refined by the power of ancient lightning. However, at this moment, Zhao Feng still felt that he wouldn't be able to withstand the remaining power of God Tribulation lightning in this dimension. Boom! Zhao Feng activated his perfect Blood Devil Sun bloodline and increased the defensive power of his body. The power of God Tribulation lightning started to dim after a long time, and Zhao Feng started to relax slightly. I'll find a vessel for the God Tribulation lightning first. Zhao Feng's eyes twinkled. Right at this moment, Zhao Feng saw a figure flickering with divine light slowly approach him. Xen Wuheng. Zhao Feng froze. At this moment, Xen Wuheng had successfully passed the God Tribulation lightning. His body was completely different from before, and a weird power appeared within his body. After experiencing so much, Zhao Feng could roughly guess Xen Wuheng's background. Brother Zhao, I'll wait for you in the ancient desolate realm of gods. Xen Wuheng said calmly. How are you so sure that I can break through to the heavenly divine realm? Zhao Feng smiled faintly. In reality, Zhao Feng was slightly confused. This was the second time Xen Wuheng had said this. Why did he want him to go to the ancient desolate realm of gods? If it's you, you can definitely. Xen Wuheng said with certainty. Shua. Xen Wuheng's palm moved slightly, and a crystal surrounded by white lightning floated in front of Zhao Feng. This is? Zhao Feng's expression changed drastically. The amount of God Tribulation lightning within this crystal was several times more than the demigod head that Zhao Feng had obtained. Furthermore, the power of God Tribulation lightning within this crystal was even purer and stronger. This was a God Tribulation lightning god crystal. Xen Wuheng had prepared such a big gift for Zhao Feng. Zhao Feng was slightly embarrassed. At this moment, Zhao Feng inspected Xen Wuheng and found that the latter's body was slowly becoming fainter. At the same time, an extremely stable spatial disturbance appeared. Brother Xian, I want to ask you a question. Zhao Feng's eyes suddenly lit up as if he had thought of something. Is there any way to find those who have reincarnated? Zhao Feng asked directly. At this moment, he finally understood what the sage of the Six Warlock had said. The person who had reincarnated like Lu Qinxin might be Xen Wuheng. You should ask Sacred King Samsara. Xen Wuheng's figure that was gradually becoming transparent said. However, the person you're looking for might be next to Sacred King Samsara. Apparently, the eyes of Samsara can steal the origin power of Samsara from heaven and earth by killing those who have reincarnated. The person you're looking for might also be the person Sacred King Samsara is looking for. After saying this, Xen Wuheng completely disappeared from this world of lightning and disappeared from the continent zone. Zhao Feng's expression suddenly changed as a cold light flashed through his eyes. Chapter 11:17. The person you're looking for might be next to Sacred King Samsara. Apparently, the eyes of Samsara can steal the origin power of Samsara from heaven and earth by killing those who have reincarnated. Xen Wuheng had already disappeared from the continent zone, but his words kept on echoing in Zhao Feng's mind. Sacred King Samsara. A surge of killing intent radiated from Zhao Feng's body. Before Xen Wuheng's God Tribulation lightning, Zhao Feng had already felt a soul mark that contained the power of Samsara on his body. If Zhao Feng's guesses were correct, this should be the legendary mark of Samsara. The use of the mark of Samsara was to revive the souls of the dead and pull them into the Samsara of death of the eyes of Samsara. This meant that from the very beginning, Sacred King Samsara hoped that Zhao Feng would die so that he could turn Zhao Feng into a Samsara immortal body. The reason why Sacred King Samsara didn't kill him before was because he hoped that he would have more time to grow. That way, Sacred King Samsara would be able to obtain an even stronger Samsara immortal body. This means that his friendliness towards me was all an act. Zhao Feng's expression was cold. At the same time, he remembered what the Six Warlock Divine Sage had said. The only way to confirm Lu Qinxin's exact location is to find the eyes of Samsara. The Six Warlock Divine Sage's words had already told Zhao Feng that he would be able to confirm Lu Qinxin's location if he found the eyes of Samsara. Zhao Feng should have believed that the Six Warlock Divine Sage's divination wouldn't be wrong. Why do I only understand now? Zhao Feng said with slight regret. Qinxin, Qinin. Zhao Feng's eyes were filled with determination. Sacred King Samsara had the eyes of Samsara and cultivated the Tao of Samsara, but when Zhao Feng met Lu Qinxin, he didn't feel any power of the Tao of Samsara from her. This meant that the eyes of Samsara didn't treat her as a disciple. Combined with Xan Wuheng's words, Zhao Feng could confirm that Lu Qinyin was Lu Qinxin. In his mind, the two beautiful white figures gradually overlapped with each other. Zhao Feng didn't expect that he had already met Lu Qinxin, but he had missed her again. Sacred King Samsara definitely knew that Lu Qinyin was the person Zhao Feng was looking for, but he hid it from him. All of this matched what Xan Wuheng said. Sacred King Samsara wanted to use Lu Qinyin to increase his own strength. Sacred King Samsara just left the god corpse. He shouldn't be attacking Lu Qinyin so soon. Zhao Feng's expression suddenly shook. After meeting Sacred King Samsara twice, Zhao Feng could feel that Sacred King Samsara's strength hadn't increased by much. This meant that Lu Qinyin wasn't dead yet. Zhao Feng glanced at the vast sea of thunder and lightning, waved his left arm angrily, and disappeared in a layer of silver shadow. After knowing all this, Zhao Feng could no longer stay here and make use of the lightning tribulation resources. In the next moment, Zhao Feng appeared on the battlefield. At this moment, most of the people on the battlefield were gathered near the barren grounds of the god tribulation lightning. The demigods and sacred king experts had already started to head deeper into the god tribulation. This Zhao Feng disappeared as soon as he came out. He didn't even give me the promised reward. Kuan Yun cursed. He circulated the golden Kuan's sacred body, and his resistance against the god tribulation lightning was extremely strong. He went deeper into the god tribulation lightning than any of the demigods present. Brother Feng, where did you go? A weird sense of uneasiness appeared in Zhao Yufei's heart. When a faint golden ripple spread through Zhao Feng's left eye as he scanned forward, but he didn't find Sacred King Samsara's figure. By Qingyue, mobilize all the intelligence agents and search for Sacred King Samsara. Also, go and check all the places Sacred King Samsara went to before entering the god corpse. Zhao Feng contacted by Qingyue through the Dark Heart Seal. In the past, Sacred King Samsara had disappeared and hid his identity, so Zhao Feng could only rely on luck to find him. However, now that Sacred King Samsara had appeared in the god corpse, it meant that he now had a clue and a target. Zhao Feng would be able to start searching for him. Understood. On the other side, Bai Qingyue immediately led all the members away from the barren grounds of the god tribulation. She could tell how serious the situation was from her master's tone. Zhao Feng used the misty spatial world and quickly left the battlefield. At a certain moment, Bai Qingyue sent some information to Zhao Feng through the Dark Heart Seal. Zhao Feng's expression became serious, but he soon regained his composure and continued on his way. A day later, Zhao Feng arrived at a green forest. There was a simple wooden house in the depths of the forest, and there was a quiet green stream in front of the wooden house. There was a girl in white gently playing the zither in front of the stream. This was where Zhao Feng met Lu Qinyin. Qinyin, where are you? I want to hear you play one more song. Zhao Feng murmured softly as emotions surged through his body. Zhao Feng's thoughts were immersed in this place, and an illusion appeared around him. At this moment, Zhao Feng used his memories to completely recreate the scene of him meeting Lu Qinyin. A female in white slowly appeared in front of the stream. She held a zither, and a clear sound of nature slowly sounded. Boom! Zhao Feng suddenly shattered the illusion. I must find Qinyin. She's still in danger and can die at any moment. Zhao Feng's expression shook as he pushed away the emotions in his heart. Sacred King Samsara. Zhao Feng gritted his teeth. That's right, the mark of Samsara. A light flashed through Zhao Feng's eyes. There was still the mark of Samsara that Sacred King Samsara had planted in Zhao Feng's body. The reason why Zhao Feng didn't erase the mark of Samsara was because he was afraid that Sacred King Samsara would notice and be on guard. This was because Sacred King Samsara could sense Zhao Feng's approximate location through the mark of Samsara. However, in reality, Zhao Feng could also use the mark of Samsara to sense Sacred King Samsara's location. However, if he did that, the fact that Zhao Feng had sensed the mark of samsara would be exposed. If Zhao Feng got close to Sacred King Samsara would sense him as well. However, Zhao Feng didn't care that much right now. Zhao Feng's consciousness entered the depths of his soul and used the power of his left eye to quickly find the mark of samsara. Zhao Feng circulated his soul power and activated the mark of samsara. A thought of resistance came from the mark of samsara. At this instant, Zhao Feng's consciousness felt a faint soul disturbance appear in a certain location within the Kangmeng continent. It resonated with the mark of samsara within Zhao Feng's lightning soul body. Found you. A vicious light flashed through Zhao Feng's eyes as he immediately moved out. Sacred King Samsara had definitely sensed Zhao Feng when he used the mark of samsara to sense where Sacred King Samsara was. Therefore, Zhao Feng had to hurry over in case Sacred King Samsara changed his position. Zhao Feng waved the arm guard in his hand, and his figure started to fade and disappear amidst a layer of silver light. After using the misty spatial world to teleport twice, Zhao Feng crossed the distance of an entire province. He's right in this province. Using the mark of samsara, Zhao Feng could only sense the approximate location of Sacred King Samsara. Zhao Feng used the lightning wings flying technique to speed through heaven and earth. Sacred King Samsara has discovered what I'm doing and might have already started to move away from his original position. Zhao Feng had a grim expression. Let's try again. Zhao Feng's consciousness sank into the depths of his soul and decided to activate the mark of samsara again. Zhao Feng's expression changed as he stood still. A gray-robed figure slowly appeared in front of Zhao Feng a while later. Sacred King Samsara. Zhao Feng's expression was cold as killing intent appeared. Zhao Feng, why are you in such a rush to find me? Sacred King Samsara looked at Zhao Feng and smiled faintly. You knew from the beginning that the person I was looking for was Lu Qinyin, right? Zhao Feng asked in a low tone. That's right, but she's my target, so I can't let you take her away. Sacred King Samsara revealed a determined expression. Sacred King Samsara had used the power of his right eye to find a total of 4 people who had reincarnated. The death of the first person who had reincarnated allowed him to break through to the mystic light realm, and the death of the second person allowed him to break through to the Sacred King realm. Sacred King Samsara wasn't able to find a way to break through to the heavenly divine realm in the God Corpse, so he could only use the third person who had reincarnated, Lu Qinyin, to help him break through. Furthermore, Lu Qinyin's soul contained the laws of samsara and was extremely strong. Lu Qinyin herself was extremely talented in the Tao of life. If it wasn't for the fact that the heavenly divine realm was a barrier, Sacred King Samsara really wouldn't have killed his third disciple. The fourth person that Sacred King Samsara found was obviously Xen Wuheng, but Sacred King Samsara felt that there was a weird power that was stopping him from approaching Xen Wuheng. You're my target now, so you must die. Zhao Feng's expression became grim. Now that Sacred King Samsara had admitted everything, Zhao Feng wouldn't let him go. You won't be able to kill me with your strength, Sacred King Samsara said confidently. Although he said that, Sacred King Samsara was still slightly wary of Zhao Feng after the battle in the God Corpse. However, Lu Qinyin was about to die, and his strength would increase by leaps and bounds. Zhao Feng wouldn't be his match. How will you know if you don't try? Zhao Feng harumphed coldly. You don't want to know where Lu Qinyin is? Sacred King Samsara laughed with a smug expression. Lu Qinyin had extremely high talent in the Tao of life, and she could predict danger. However, Lu Qinyin only had talent in this area. Sacred King Samsara never let Lu Qinyin come into contact with any knowledge of the Tao of life or any secret techniques of the Tao of life, so Lu Qinyin's abilities in the Tao of life were very normal. Before heading to the God Corpse, Sacred King Samsara had placed a Samsara immortal body near Lu Qinyin. Of course, Sacred King Samsara didn't tell the Samsara immortal body about the mission. At this moment, Sacred King Samsara had already given the order for the Samsara immortal body to kill Lu Qinyin. There was a beautiful mountain stream at the edge of the province that Zhao Feng was in. There was a cave next to the mountain stream, and the interior of the cave was like a normal mortal's home. At this moment, a figure in white walked out of the cave. What should I do? The sense of danger is becoming stronger and stronger, but Master told me to wait for him here. Lu Qinin's expression was filled with urgency. Chapter 11:18. Wind, Lightning, Eye, Flame. Hee, Lu Qin, where do you think you're going? The black circle in Sacred King Samsara's dim left eye suddenly started to spin. Bush. This was the first time Zhao Wang had been used, and it was very useful. The Emperor of Death's expression changed dramatically as he scanned the area with his divine sense. Zhao Feng passed through heaven and earth and tried to dodge the attacks of the two sacred kings. In the battle with real god Tian Fa, there were countless experts who died. Wang, although this person looked exactly the same as Zhao Feng from before, his cultivation and aura were completely different. The power of God Tribulation Lightning? What? I'll show you the way. Go and kill her. On the other side, the elders of the Dark Ghost clan controlled the Ghost Dao array and trapped the Emperor of Death within it. Wang whoosh. One of them was a golden white pearl that gave off a blinding light. Profound golden runes flowed within the pearl, and a faint divine power aura radiated from it. He didn't expect Zhao Feng's strength to increase so quickly and his body-strengthening technique to be so profound. You two restrain him. The little thieving cat and Sacred Lord myriad forms easily stalled the other late-stage Sacred Lords. Zhao Feng roared. Sacred King Samsara said. Bush. Sacred King Samsara, didn't you want to tell me where Lu Qinin is? However, Zhao Feng had the mark of Samsara on him, so he didn't go find Lu Qinin immediately in case Sacred King Samsara found out. Sky-destroying Sacred Lightning Palm. He had the eyes of death and the Samsara immortal body. Why would he be scared of these invincible emperors? Why would his master, who had raised her for more than a dozen years, send people to kill her? Zhao Wang looked coldly at the Emperor of Death before looking at Lu Qinin with deep emotions. Zhao Feng used the lightning wings flying technique and charged towards Sacred King Samsara. Right at this moment, several black figures flew over from behind Lu Qinin. Zhao Feng snorted furiously. Terrifying will of his soul surged into the sky, directly breaking apart the wills of the three saint rulers. At the same time, the sky-shaking golden ape and the cloud silkworm Saint Butterfly quickly entered the battlefield and instantly controlled all the Samsara immortal bodies below the late stages of the mystic light realm. Impossible, Sacred King Samsara was shocked once again. Sacred King Samsara instantly roared in anger. Zhao Wang snorted coldly and dashed out. The two Saint King-level Samsara immortal bodies were shocked. A Sacred King Samsara immortal body floated next to Sacred King Samsara. A man with a cold and evil face sighed. Death black hole. Sacred King Samsara was stunned. After becoming a supreme elder, Zhao Wang no longer concealed his strength. He boldly used the resources that Zhao Feng had given him to cultivate at a crazy pace, and now possessed the strength of an undefeatable martial monarch realm. Numerous black-robed figures flashed out and surrounded Zhao Feng. The Emperor of Death's expression froze for a moment before he denied it. On the other side, Zhao Feng and Sacred King Samsara had started fighting. Sacred King Samsara roared. Although he knew that Sacred King Samsara had a lot of Samsara immortal bodies, he was still shocked by the quantity and quality of them. In the distance, Lu Qinin quickly flew through the sky. This wind lightning eye flame contained a lot of the power of God Tribulation Lightning, so it was able to injure Sacred King Samsara, who had a Samsara immortal body. In reality, if Sacred King Samsara was given some time, he could create even more Samsara immortal bodies. Wasn't the man in front of her the one who constantly haunted her dreams and couldn't be rid of? In reality, when he had asked Bai Qingyue to investigate Sacred King Samsara's tracks, Bai Qingyue's expression changed. Bai Qingyue soon found where Sacred King Samsara had lived before entering the god corpse. You're courting death. Sacred King Samsara screamed. However, Sacred King Samsara didn't expect that Zhao Feng's soul intent had also increased to such a level. Go! The Emperor of Death immediately contacted Sacred King Samsara. On top of that, Zhao Wang was now extremely strong. There were many resources in the god corpse that were beneficial to cultivation and the state of existence, But there were very few resources that were beneficial to the soul. There seems to be a sliver of life in this direction. Has Master returned? Lu Qinyin suddenly turned around a moment later. Even the attacks of so many samsara immortal bodies were unable to do much damage to him. Zhao Feng circulated the fire of wind lightning sacred power and slammed it toward the two sacred king samsara immortal bodies. Zhao Feng, since you've saved Lu Qinyin, then die. Sacred King Samsara also had the mark of samsara on Lu Qinyin, so it was extremely easy for him to find out where she was. Although he had a soul-protecting secret treasure, Zhao Feng's soul eye bloodline technique contained the power of God Tribulation Lightning and damaged the treasure greatly. Zhao Feng's left eye focused on Sacred King Samsara and released a strong surge of eye intent. Eye of Death. Zhao Feng's expression turned to surprise. So Sacred King Samsara's true intention was to kill this woman. The battle power of the eyes of Samsara itself was very low, but Sacred King Samsara was still a Sacred King expert. A substandard god weapon appeared in the hands of each of the two Sacred King Samsara immortal bodies. How is this possible? My sacred lightning body has reached the late stages, and attacks from anyone below the level of a Sacred King can't harm me at all. A powerful wave of death power formed a black orb that gave off a terrifying suction force that continuously pulled at the Emperor of Death. His soul intent has also reached the level of a Sacred King. Lu Qinyin's mind shook when she looked at this male. Wang, the Emperor of Death, quickly flew toward the mountain stream. Let's see who's courting death first. Sacred King Samsara immediately understood after hearing the Emperor of Death's message that the person with the Eye of Death was sent by Zhao Feng. Boom! Zhao Feng couldn't help but laugh. Wasn't this the Eye of Death that Zhao Feng had taken away? Lu Qinyin didn't believe that the Emperor of Death was under her master's orders. Zhao Wang circulated his right eye and looked around the Emperor of Death. Meow meow. When Zhao Feng used the mark of samsara to sense Sacred King Samsara's general location, Zhao Feng guessed that the place that Bai Qingyue found was probably where Lu Qinyin was. The attacks of the other samsara immortal bodies didn't even leave a mark on Zhao Feng's body. That place was coincidentally near the Dark Ghost clan, so Zhao Feng sent Zhao Wang to take a look. Understood, Grand Elder. Lu Qinyin's eyes were filled with confusion. Even a samsara immortal body would find it hard to recover from the damage caused by the power of God Tribulation Lightning. The Eye of Death. It's you? Several elders of the Dark Ghost clan took out a Ghost Dao array and started to cast it. The Emperor of Death then followed Sacred King Samsara's instructions and chased in a certain direction. Something must have happened to Master, and the Emperor of Death escaped from Master's control. Boom! Boom! A ball of purple and gold lightning fire exploded in Sacred King Samsara's head. Lu Qinyin asked in fear. The Emperor of Death descended with a terrifying intent. Bush, bush, bush. The Black Hole of Death was a new eye bloodline technique that Zhao Wang had created based on the Dark Ghost clan's supreme secret technique and the Emperor of Death's Gaze of Death. Zhao Feng had obviously helped him as well. The reason why Zhao Feng was able to break through to the late stages of the mystic light realm in such a short amount of time was probably because he had obtained a large amount of cultivation resources in the God Corpse. Zhao Feng was very confident in his sacred lightning body. Sacred King Samsara ordered the two Sacred King Samsara immortal bodies. Use the substandard god weapon and kill him. He had left the mark of samsara on many late-stage sacred lords and sacred kings in the God Corpse. The expression of one of the samsara immortal bodies changed. A peak-tier heaven-grade defensive soul treasure. The two sacred kings attacked at the same time and used many different techniques to block Zhao Feng's attack. Zhao Wang's soul intent came from Zhao Feng, so it had a lot of potential. It had become a sacred lord a long time ago. The Emperor of Death laughed. At this moment, a necklace around Sacred King Samsara's neck flashed with a calm light and quickly helped Sacred King Samsara block the power of the Wind Lightning Eye Flame. While the two Lord dynasties were exploring the God Corpse, Zhao Wang had gathered his supporters in the clan and obtained the position of Grand Elder of the Dark Ghost clan. Although their expressions were slightly different, Lu Qinyin felt that this person might be the person she had been searching for in her dreams. Zhao Feng? Surround and kill him. Lu Qinin was suppressed by the Emperor of Death and couldn't move at all. It was as if she could turn into dust at any moment. Sacred King Samsara retreated several miles and increased the distance between him and Zhao Feng. Sacred King Samsara had a deadly expression. I finally made it in time. There were 2 sacred kings, 4 late-stage sacred lords, and more than 10 other sacred lords. The other substandard god weapon was a blue jade ruler. A layer of mist floated around the ruler, and it activated the laws of water in heaven and earth. Zhao Feng, how dare you steal my disciple? The great Gon Lord dynasty has such a terrifying prodigy? Sacred King Samsara's urgent voice sounded in the Emperor of Death's soul. At the same time, Sacred King Samsara circulated his intent and restricted Zhao Feng. This brat's strength is terrifying. Soul-protecting secret treasures were even more valuable than other weapons. Sacred King Samsara's secret treasure was extremely rare even in the continent zone. The Emperor of Death's expression instantly became insane. The Emperor of Death released a terrifying aura. Zhao Feng waved his left hand and summoned a few helpers. Boo! Emperor of Death, why do you want to kill me? More than 20 Samsara immortal bodies attacked Zhao Feng. Sacred King Samsara had also obtained a lot from the god corpse. The little thieving cat and the cloud silkworm Saint Butterfly appeared in this dimension. Sacred Lord myriad forms and a few sky-shaking golden apes that had become sacred lords a long time ago were next to them. If Zhao Feng came back after a while, Sacred King Samsara was confident that he could kill Zhao Feng. Zhao Feng's eyes scanned over, and he paused for a moment. Master, Lu Qinin isn't here. Arg! This was why Zhao Feng went to Sacred King Samsara and told Zhao Wang to save Lu Qinin. Furthermore, after the battle in the god corpse, the power of his eyes of death was even stronger than before. Haha, if you're thinking about your master, you should kill yourself immediately. Give me back my eyes of death. However, Sacred King Samsara had used up a lot of his origin power of Samsara during the battle. He needed some time to recover before he could turn these dead experts into Samsara immortal bodies. Chapter 11:19. Zhao Feng, since you've saved Lu Qinin, then die. Sacred King Samsara had a deadly expression. Although he wasn't able to kill Lu Qinin, Sacred King Samsara could kill Zhao Feng with his full power. He would then slowly search for Lu Qinin, but the result would be the same. Substandard god weapon? Zhao Feng's expression became serious. He hadn't learned the basics of the divine forming technique yet, so Zhao Feng wasn't able to use the power of the ancient god seal. Zhao Feng only had the support-type Misty Spatial World. Therefore, Zhao Feng was very wary of 2 Sacred King experts with offensive substandard god weapons. One boom! A streak of golden-white light instantly shot out of the golden-white pearl in one of the Sacred King's hands. It radiated a faint divine aura as it charged toward Zhao Feng. The other Sacred King also waved the blue jade ruler in his hand. Boom! Countless blue whirlpools appeared in heaven and earth, and it was as if the entire dimension had become a forbidden ground under the sea. Zhao Feng's body was heavily suppressed in this world of blue whirlpools, and his mobility was reduced to the minimum. Originally, Zhao Feng's ice-water bloodline might not have been suppressed to such a state by the laws of water. However, Zhao Feng's ice-water bloodline and ice imperial spear were used to seal the drop of god blood. At the critical moment, Zhao Feng released the projection of his little world of wind lightning to fight back against the surrounding world of water. Sky-destroying sacred lightning palm. Zhao Feng merged his physical force and mystic light sacred power together and unleashed a giant scarlet golden palm of lightning. The sacred lightning palm landed on the surrounding world of water, and lightning flashed as it destroyed the laws of water nearby. The little world of wind lightning then used this chance to help Zhao Feng break free. However, at the same time, the streak of golden white light shot toward Zhao Feng. Boom! Zhao Feng circulated his sacred lightning body and the little world of wind lightning to block the attack of this substandard god weapon. Swoosh! The platinum belt of light pierced through the defense of the little world of wind and lightning, but the remaining power was not enough to cause much damage to Zhao Feng. Luckily, These two sacred lords don't have divine power. Zhao Feng rejoiced. Without divine power, it was impossible to unleash the full might of a substandard deity artifact. Thus, Zhao Feng, who specialized in defense, was able to resist. Continue to attack. Sacred King Samsara was enraged and roared. The two Saint King grade Samsara immortal bodies once again activated their subdivine artifacts and attacked Zhao Feng. However, at this moment, a dim gray light flashed beside the two Saint Kings. Courting death. The two Saint Kings sensed this abnormality. One of the Saint Rulers took out his substandard god artifact and prepared to kill the little thieving cat that was sneaking up on them. Ding Xiu! The little thieving cat waved a wavy blade of flowing black light, colliding with the platinum pearl. A crack appeared on the surface of the golden white pearl, and many small cracks spread out. How is this possible? My substandard god weapon. The Sacred King looked at the substandard god weapon in his hand and exclaimed, "This is impossible." In the distance, Sacred King Samsara's expression changed dramatically as he looked at this scene in disbelief. How could a legendary substandard god weapon be destroyed so easily? Sacred King Samsara then glanced at the battle between the little thieving cat and Sacred Lord Myriad Forms. The late-stage mystic light realm Samsara immortal bodies had all been sliced into countless small pieces, and their recovery speed was extremely slow. Could it be a divine weapon? Sacred King Samsara stared at the short black blade in the little thieving cat's hand. Thinking back, the reason why true god Tian Fa was able to fight against all the experts of both Lord dynasties was because of these two divine weapons. From this, one could see the power and value of divine weapons. Good job, little thieving cat. Zhao Feng exclaimed in joy. After such a long time of recovery, the little thieving cat finally had the ability to use the divine weapon in its hand. However, the little thieving cat's cultivation wasn't high enough, so the Sacred King noticed it when it got close to him. Otherwise, it might have been able to critically injure the Samsara immortal bodies or completely destroy the substandard god weapon. Meow meow. The little thieving cat signaled to Zhao Feng that it had used up all the divine power it had just recovered, and it wouldn't be able to use the divine weapon for a while. Okay, let's attack together. Zhao Feng was filled with battle intent. The little thieving cat's full-powered attack broke Zhao Feng's stalemate. Furthermore, even if the little thieving cat didn't use the divine weapon, its original attributes and sharpness weren't weaker than normal peak-tier heaven-grade weapons. I'll take care of you first. Zhao Feng stared at the Sacred King whose substandard god weapon had been damaged. Sacred Lightning Dominating Punch. Zhao Feng circulated his power and unleashed countless scarlet golden sacred fists of lightning to seal off the Sacred King's path of retreat. At the same time, the little thieving cat used the divine weapon to severely injure the Sacred King. Boom. With the cooperation of the man and the cat, they instantly dealt a heavy blow to the Holy King. Even though he had a Samsara immortal body, the power of God Tribulation Lightning and the divine weapon's recovery speed was extremely slow. Dark Blue Giant Wave. The other Sacred King immediately used his substandard god weapon to stop Zhao Feng. Physical Force Lightning Domain. Zhao Feng circulated the Earth of Wind Lightning Sacred Power and released a powerful domain of lightning and gravity. This domain combined with the power of the little world of wind lightning and clashed against the countless whirlpools nearby. Break. Zhao Feng unleashed a sacred lightning palm and easily shattered the Sacred King's restraints. Zhao Feng then used a wind lightning eye flame and worked together with the little thieving cat to kill the severely injured Sacred King. You won't die. In the distance, Sacred King Samsara circulated his left eye and unleashed the powerful laws of Samsara. The Samsara immortal body that had been completely destroyed by Zhao Feng slowly formed in front of him. As long as the Samsara immortal body wasn't completely killed, it would be able to recover on its own. However, if it was completely killed, Sacred King Samsara would need to use the laws of Samsara to revive it. I was waiting for you to revive him. Zhao Feng circulated his scarlet lightning sacred wings and charged towards Sacred King Samsara. Sacred King Samsara maintained a certain distance from Zhao Feng, And Zhao Feng was still fighting against two sacred kings, so he couldn't get close to Sacred King Samsara at all. If this continued, the one who would lose would definitely be Zhao Feng. However, Zhao Feng and the little thieving cat had completely destroyed a Samsara immortal body, and the remaining Sacred King couldn't pose much of a threat to Zhao Feng. Sacred King Samsara was currently using his eye bloodline technique to revive the dead Sacred King, so his guard against Zhao Feng was lowered. Therefore, Zhao Feng quickly broke free from the other Sacred King and charged towards Sacred King Samsara. "Not good, I've been hit." Sacred King Samsara's expression changed. He immediately stopped reviving this Sacred King and turned to run. His battle power wasn't strong, and Zhao Feng's soul intent had reached the level of a Sacred King. Soul eye bloodline techniques posed a great threat to him. Zhao Feng chased after him as a surge of soul power and the aura of God Tribulation Lightning appeared from his left eye. Tribulation Lightning Eye Flame. A ball of God Tribulation Lightning symbols appeared in Zhao Feng's left eye. Each God Tribulation Lightning symbol contained a wisp of soul eye bloodline flame that eventually formed a ball of purple God Tribulation Lightning soul flame. Boom! A ball of twisting God Tribulation Lightning symbols burned like flames and carried a terrifying soul aura as it landed on Sacred King Samsara's head. Arg! Sacred King Samsara instantly screamed as he felt his soul hurt so much that he wanted to die. It was as if it was about to be torn apart. Wang, the black gold necklace on Sacred King Samsara's neck instantly flashed with a calm light and quickly helped Sacred King Samsara block the power of this soul eye bloodline technique. Wang, the next instant, the peerless power of God Tribulation Lightning was transferred to the necklace. The black gold necklace on Sacred King Samsara's neck exploded. My soul-protecting secret treasure. Sacred King Samsara's heart jumped. Even a peak-tier heaven-grade soul-protecting secret treasure was destroyed. From this, one could see how terrifying Zhao Feng's soul eye bloodline technique was. Origin of Samsara. Sacred King Samsara quickly used another Samsara eye bloodline technique as he ran away. The Sacred King Samsara immortal body that was chasing after Zhao Feng started to slowly disappear. In the next instant, a black figure appeared from Sacred King Samsara's left eye, and this Sacred King appeared in front of Zhao Feng. Eyes of Samsara. Zhao Feng was speechless. The ability of the Eyes of Samsara was too annoying. Not only could it control countless puppets, but these puppets also had undying bodies. Another ability of the Eyes of Samsara was that it could summon the puppets back into the Eyes of Samsara and release them again. This meant that Sacred King Samsara would always have a Samsara immortal body protecting him. Once Zhao Feng was stopped by this Sacred King who had a substandard god weapon, Sacred King Samsara would be able to run away again. However, Sacred King Samsara wasn't at his peak right now, so this was the best chance for Zhao Feng to kill him. Once he missed this chance, it would be even harder for Zhao Feng to kill Sacred King Samsara once the Eyes of Samsara created more Sacred King clones. I won't let you escape. A shocking undulation of eye bloodline power appeared from Zhao Feng's left eye and formed a bottomless purple whirlpool that connected to a purple abyss that was covered in mist. A forbidden power that could suck out one's soul instantly covered this Sacred King's body. What is this? This Sacred King felt as if his soul was going to leave his body uncontrollably, and his eyes were filled with fear. He tried his best to struggle, but he couldn't escape the fate of his soul being sucked out. Sacred King Samsara, who was in the back, felt his mind freeze when Zhao Feng's left eye touched it, and his soul was about to leave his body. I can't hold on any longer. Within this holy king's body, a dark blue human-shaped soul slowly separated itself from his body. Right at this moment, the little thieving cat turned into a streak of silver-gray light that charged toward this Sacred King and took the substandard god weapon from his hand. Good job! Zhao Feng praised. The dark blue human-shaped Yuan soul was pulled out by Zhao Feng. After the evolution of Zhao Feng's god's spiritual eye, all of its abilities had become stronger. This Sacred King's soul intent was the same as Zhao Feng's, so he obviously wasn't able to block Zhao Feng's gaze of the god eye. Zhao Feng sucked the soul of this Sacred King into the dimension of his left eye. He's so dumb. Sacred King Samsara snickered. Zhao Feng had just seen him summon back the samsara immortal body, but now he was wasting his eye intent to suck out the soul of the samsara immortal body? Origin of samsara. Sacred King Samsara used this technique once again and prepared to summon back the soul and body of this sacred king. However, Sacred King Samsara paused in the next instant. He realized that he had only summoned back the body and not the soul. Sacred King Samsara, you've used up all your tricks. Zhao Feng couldn't help but laugh coldly. He was very confident in the dimension of his god eye. As expected, even the eyes of Samsara couldn't forcefully take away the soul that was sucked into the dimension of his god eye. Chapter 1120. However, he was someone with principles. If he wanted to kill someone, he would kill them. Sacred King Samsara's body was tattered and extremely weak after taking on the Tribulation Lightning Eye Flame. Lightning Wings Spatial Flash. Sacred King Samsara's expression turned to surprise. It was hard to imagine how many experts Sacred King Samsara had killed in his life. Sacred King Samsara tried his best to escape in the sky. Arg! Now that Zhao Feng had Sacred Lord Myriad Forms and the Eye of Death, he would be able to use that secret technique as long as he obtained the bloodline of a God Eye descendant. Zhao Feng's heart hurt. That attack just now had used up more than 10% of the power of the God Blood. Seeing that his Soul Eye bloodline techniques had very little effect on Sacred King Samsara, Zhao Feng circulated his eye intent and kept on using other Soul Eye bloodline techniques. Damn it, several dozen millennia of hard work. If it was a normal person, Zhao Feng could just use the gaze of the God Eye to suck their soul away. Zhao Feng's expression was cold, and his killing intent towards Sacred King Samsara didn't decrease at all. Zhao Feng circulated his sacred power of wind lightning and turned into a bolt of scarlet lightning that disappeared from heaven and earth. A ball of God Tribulation lightning symbols appeared in Zhao Feng's left eye. Each God Tribulation lightning symbol contained a wisp of Soul Eye bloodline flame that eventually turned into a ball of purple God Tribulation lightning soul flame. If he was just a bit slower or the power of the gaze of the God Eye was just a bit weaker, Sacred King Samsara might have successfully reincarnated. Rumble. Boom. Boom. Sacred King Samsara's eyes spun and released a powerful surge of samsara intent that entered the bodies of these samsara immortal bodies. Tribulation Lightning Eye Flame. A terrifying surge of intent swept across heaven and earth, causing mountains and rivers to shatter. Without the protection of his samsara immortal bodies, how could he be a match for Zhao Feng? Zhao Feng, who wanted to kill Sacred King Samsara at all costs, also had a slightly changed expression. After losing his soul-protecting secret treasure, he had to endure the bombardment of all of Zhao Feng's God Tribulation Lightning. Even his samsara immortal body's recovery speed wasn't enough. Sacred King Samsara looked at Zhao Feng and said with gritted teeth. Not only did Sacred King Samsara trick him, but he also tricked Lu Qinxin and wanted to kill her in order to break through. All the samsara immortal bodies and souls started to disperse, turning into a dark mist that revolved around Zhao Feng. Zhao Feng felt a little lucky. Humph, then I will use absolute strength to break all restraints. Now, he had activated the last secret technique of the reincarnation of Life Eye. He would lose everything and be reborn. Lu Qinxin finally managed to change her fate and obtain a new life, but she was almost killed by Sacred King Samsara without knowing anything. Boom. Zhao Feng was already prepared and used the Thunder Wings flying escape technique to avoid the explosion. Lu Qinxin's expression was dazed, and her eyes were misty with sorrow and helplessness. Zhao Feng looked at Sacred King Samsara. Zhao Feng, let me go. I'm willing to give you the method to fuse the power of God Eye descendants. Where do you think you're going? You're indeed hard to kill. However, in the next instant, Sacred King Samsara, who had escaped almost 100,000 miles away, felt his body go cold as if an invisible force had locked onto him. Zhao Feng merged the rest of the power of God Tribulation lightning into his left eye. Sacred King Samsara felt extremely wronged and humiliated. A bottomless purple whirlpool extended from Zhao Feng's left eye and connected to an endless illusion maze surrounded by purple mist. Sacred King Samsara compressed the power and exploded it with the help of the eyes of Samsara. Seeing that Zhao Feng didn't do anything, Sacred King Samsara used the Samsara Eye Bloodline technique again. Zhao Feng used an Eye Bloodline technique the instant he got close. Luckily, he managed to kill Sacred King Samsara and obtain the eyes of Samsara that contained the Samsara of life. This time, Sacred King Samsara summoned back all the other Samsara immortal bodies. Restrictions of Samsara. The dark mist around Zhao Feng was instantly pushed away. Although Sacred King Samsara's soul defense wasn't as strong as Zhao Feng's God Spiritual Eye, his soul's recovery speed was extremely strong. Sacred King Samsara was being tortured by Zhao Feng's soul eye bloodline technique, and it was impossible for him to escape. Dark Shadow Blink. Many of these Samsara immortal bodies were being suppressed by the Little Thieving Cat and Sacred Lord myriad forms. Some were fighting against the sky-shaking golden apes, and some were scattered in the outside world to complete some missions for Sacred King Samsara. Evil Person. Sacred King Samsara couldn't bear to see this happen. Zhao Feng, you should let people go when possible. Illusion's Soul Charge. Bolts of scarlet golden wind lightning contained a surge of soul power that pierced through the dark soul. Zhao Feng took out the sky-locking bow and shot out several arrows. However, at the same time, Zhao Feng raised his guard. What's going on? Mental energy spike. He had never met a situation like this before. 1. Sacred King Samsara's weak soul intent lost its connection with the eye of the Samsara of life at the critical moment of reincarnation. In the end, the reincarnation failed and was destroyed by the laws of Samsara. However, fear started to appear in Sacred King Samsara's heart as he looked at Zhao Feng. Zhao Feng raised his right hand and extended his golden-purple finger that was surrounded by a cold air. Zhao Feng, you won't be able to kill me. You've saved Lu Qinin, and the substandard god weapon is yours as well. It's better to have one more friend than one more enemy. Zhao Feng had broken through his restrictions of Samsara in such a short amount of time. Sacred King Samsara suddenly said arrogantly when he saw that Zhao Feng had caught up. Sacred King Samsara's soul intent had just entered the Samsara of life and lost all resistance. Boom! A ball of golden-purple lightning fire exploded in Sacred King Samsara's head, and the intense pain made him pause for a moment. On top of that, the gaze of the god eye that Zhao Feng was using right now was combined with the forbidden illusion Lost World, and its ability to confuse and control became even stronger. Sacred King Samsara was filled with hatred and regret. He hated that Zhao Feng had forced him into a dead end, but he also regretted provoking Zhao Feng. Zhao Feng's surroundings were shrouded in a dark mist that couldn't be dispelled. Zhao Feng thrust out a scarlet palm of lightning, but he found that his attack completely disappeared after entering the dark mist. So close! Sacred King Samsara used a secret escape technique and turned into a streak of gray light that disappeared from heaven and earth. Gaze of the god eye. Zhao Feng's god spiritual eye locked onto a certain object and chased after it. Zhao Feng had to kill Sacred King Samsara today. He wouldn't allow himself to be trapped here. Wind Lightning Eye Flame. Zhao Feng kept on using soul eye bloodline techniques to torture and whittle away Sacred King Samsara's soul. In the next instant, black figures shot out of Sacred King Samsara's left eye one after another. There were around 70 to 80 Samsara immortal bodies, and more than 20 of them were at the Mystic Light Realm while the rest were all at the Void God Realm. Although Zhao Feng wasn't scared of these small fries at all, Sacred King Samsara wouldn't do something pointless. Zhao Feng released a portion of the power of ice and pointed out with his finger. While using the restrictions of Samsara to restrain the enemy, he would also release the souls that were restrained by him. However, right at this moment, Zhao Feng's intent moved slightly as he sensed something and looked into the distance. Zhao Feng immediately circulated his power and blocked the damage. Sacred King Samsara believed that Zhao Feng wouldn't reject this request. Sacred King Samsara let out a scream of pain. A scarlet golden arrow seemed to shoot out from a crack in space and pierced through Sacred King Samsara's body. Zhao Feng closed in and circulated his eye intent. Origin of Samsara. Zhao Feng had already sensed that Sacred King Samsara had only detonated one eye. Zhao Feng, I admit that you're very strong, but you can't kill me. A wave of domineering wind thunder profundity crushed toward him. However, even Zhao Feng's soul eye bloodline techniques weren't able to kill him. With the eyes of Samsara and a Samsara immortal body, Sacred King Samsara's defense and recovery speed both exceeded the limits of a Sacred King. You actually managed to escape? This power. This dark mist blocked everything and restricted Zhao Feng's power, divine sense, and intent. Samsara reincarnation? A sinner like you still wants to be reborn? If Sacred King Samsara was at his peak and had several Sacred Kings, late-stage Sacred Lords, countless other mystic light realm experts, and 2 substandard god weapons, even a demigod wouldn't be able to kill him. Sacred King Samsara's expression twisted as all of his intent of Samsara, soul, and sacred power entered the eyes of Samsara. The eye of Samsara was divided into the Samsara of life and the Samsara of death. The one that exploded was the Samsara of death. However, the eye of the Samsara of life took part of Sacred King Samsara's soul intent and escaped at the critical moment. Sacred King Samsara had the eyes of Samsara, and his ability to stay alive was extremely strong. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been able to survive until now after offending so many forces from both Lord dynasties. Furthermore, Sacred King Samsara had the eyes of Samsara, so his ability to stay alive was extremely strong. Otherwise, how else would he have been able to survive after offending so many forces from both Lord dynasties? Although he really wanted the secret technique in Sacred King Samsara's hands, there was no way he could have survived until now. Sky-destroying Sacred Lightning Palm. Being a descendant of a god eye and a peak mystic light realm Sacred King, he had never been in such a sorry state before. A ball of twisted god tribulation lightning symbols burned like fire and landed on Sacred King Samsara's head with a terrifying soul aura. You killed my master. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. How is this possible? Zhao Feng couldn't accept this. A desolate and dominant bloodline divine power turned into a pillar of purple and blood-colored light that pierced through everything like a giant finger. The eye of the Samsara of life was sucked into the dimension of Zhao Feng's left eye. Boom. Zhao Feng's expression was cold. At this moment, Sacred King Samsara only had a weak and tattered soul intent left. Even if he self-destructed, he wouldn't be able to create much power, so Zhao Feng used the gaze of the god eye. However, his opponent was Sacred King Samsara, and he had the eyes of Samsara and a powerful soul intent. If Sacred King Samsara self-destructed while his soul was being sucked in, even Zhao Feng might die at such a close distance. Sacred King Samsara's expression changed dramatically. Sacred King Samsara's soul intent entered the eye of the Samsara of life. No expert in the continent zone would be able to resist this terrifying power that could destroy heaven and earth. In the distant horizon, there stood a woman with a peerlessly beautiful appearance. She was like a lotus in a painting, a mountain, or a mountain. So many experts died in the god corpse. Once I recover, it won't be long before I can create even more powerful Samsara immortal bodies. At that time, I'll refine everyone related to Zhao Feng into Samsara immortal bodies so that they'll never be able to escape. Among these people, Zhao Feng saw the Emperor of Death and Sacred Lord Black Shark, who had tried to assassinate the 9th Prince. Zhao Feng's expression became grim. The power of Samsara doesn't belong to the soul dimension or the physical dimension. It's similar to the power of destiny. It's a unique power that's hard to touch. Boom. Sacred King Samsara's expression changed dramatically. Chapter 11:21. Lu Qinin, come with me. Lu Qinin suddenly understood that the youth in the image was Zhao Feng, the youth whose name she couldn't remember in her dreams. Of course, almost all of these resources weren't things that Zhao Feng could use, but they were extremely beneficial to peak emperors and normal sacred lords. Where are you going? A wisp of blinding white and gold divine light appeared in Zhao Feng's hand and radiated a supreme divine aura. I lied to you in your last life. And for those powerhouses that broke into the Holy Lord realm under the protection of peerless treasures like the 100 Origins Sacred Honey and Draconic Providence, Their chances of breaking into the Holy Lord realm were over 80%. Zhao Feng's heart hurt. He wanted to heal the scar in Lu Qinin's heart and protect her. It didn't matter if she remembered the past or not. He didn't want Lu Qinin to be hurt. In reality, she already had a premonition that this would happen. Purple and gold screens appeared around Lu Qinin, and countless images flashed within them. Unprecedented sadness and helplessness appeared in Lu Qinin's heart. Zhao Feng didn't know where to start, so he could only give a simple explanation. Lightning God Crystal. After saying that, Lu Qinin walked past Zhao Feng. But you don't believe it's real? These images were all from Zhao Feng's memories, but they were also images that appeared in her dreams. Zhao Feng's expression changed. Lu Qinin seemed to have some understanding of her last life. Take these resources and nurture a batch of sacred lords with potential in a short amount of time. The third thought was used by Zhao Feng to absorb the power of God Tribulation Lightning. Killing Sacred King Samsara was a bad thing for Zhao Feng. However, at this moment, a shocking piece of news spread like a storm. Sacred King Samsara, who had done the most to stop the true God experts, had been killed by Zhao Feng. The importance of that secret technique was too great. The Grand Imperial Hall would probably not be able to sit still and do something. Was it his current identity or the identity of his previous life? At that moment, everyone in the Hall of Gods shuddered, their bodies and souls trembling. At this moment, Zhao Feng was deeply touched. Other than the 100 origin sacred honey that could increase one's chances of breaking through to the Holy Lord level, there were also some resources that he had obtained from the ancient dream realm and the God Corpse. This was the first divine power that Zhao Feng had refined using the basic deification technique and ordinary divinity crystals. Zhao Feng thought that Lu Qinin didn't believe him. With that done, Zhao Feng returned to the Hall of Gods. Zhao Feng muttered to himself. The two of them were so similar, whether it was their appearance, temperament or the expression in their eyes. Lu Qinin stared at Zhao Feng with a hint of bitterness. At the same time, within the Hall of Gods, Bai Qingyue picked out a few members with potential and had made a lot of contributions to give them resources to break through to the Sacred Lord realm. Dozens of days later, Zhao Feng opened his eyes. Tears flashed through Lu Qinin's eyes as she looked at everything. Zhao Feng believed that Bai Qingyue would take care of everything. Zhao Feng said in a solemn tone. In reality, even Lu Qinin didn't know how she was going to face Zhao Feng. While Zhao Feng was in seclusion, the power of God Tribulation Lightning in the God Tribulation barren ground started to dissipate. Zhao Feng first dealt with all the power of God Tribulation Lightning within the head of the God Corpse. 5 days later, originally, if it wasn't for 9 Darkness Palace and the enemies watching in the dark, Zhao Feng would have followed Lu Qinin in secret. Lu Qinin's expression was dazed, and her eyes were filled with sorrow and helplessness. Zhao Feng used the misty spatial world and disappeared in a flash of silver. However, if this was true, wouldn't she have no family left in this world? Although the Emperor of Death said that Sacred King Samsara had sent him to kill her, Lu Qinin still didn't believe it. She didn't understand why her master would do this. Zhao Feng was dazed as he looked at Lu Qinin. After that, the top experts of both Lord dynasties all returned to their lairs to recover from their injuries or break through. Bai Qingyue had given Zhao Feng many cloning techniques and theoretical books not long ago. Zhao Feng believed that he would be able to form a second clone soon, and the battle power of this clone would definitely be put to use immediately. Zhao Feng took out a golden white crystal bead that flashed with lightning. Old Monster Su, I'll give you a mission now. Protect someone for me. Zhao Feng's determination to become stronger became even firmer. Strength is everything. If my strength is strong enough to make both Lord dynasties wary, then I won't have to worry about anything. There was a female in white in every scene that was extremely similar to her. At this moment, Lu Qinin completely overlapped with the Lu Qinin in Zhao Feng's memories. This is still not enough. Lu Qinin stood there by herself and didn't say anything. Zhao Feng's heart shook slightly. Therefore, Zhao Feng waved his hand and took out a piece of the past from his memories. However, at the same time, they didn't dare to offend Zhao Feng easily. After the god's spiritual eye became slightly stronger, Zhao Feng's duplication ability became much stronger. All of this is true. I won't lie to you anymore. Zhao Feng felt that what he had said before was a little strange and out of place. Zhao Feng was looking forward to the true power of his first divine weapon. Wang, at this moment, all the members and disciples of the Hall of Gods were excited, and they admired Grand Elder Zhao Feng even more. Zhao Feng said again. Just like that, Zhao Feng watched as Lu Qinin slowly left. Whether or not Lu Qinin believed him, he would answer truthfully. Zhao Feng wouldn't lie to her anymore, and he didn't want to lie to her anymore. I believe you, but I'm not Lu Qinin anymore. You don't need to fulfill your promise. Zhao Feng sucked the last bottle of 100 Origins sacred honey into the dimension of his left eye and started to duplicate it. Zhao Feng could feel how terrible Lu Qinin's life was. He could almost feel what Lu Qinin was feeling right now. Right now, Zhao Feng's soul intent had reached the level of a sacred king, and the range of his dark heart seal was extremely large. At the moment when her memories were completely clear and awakened, she seemed to have seen something that she had to personally understand no matter what. Almost all of the God Corps had been blasted into smithereens by the God Tribulation lightning, so there weren't any precious treasures left. However, some decent God Tribulation lightning vessels were taken by the experts of the two Lord dynasties. Zhao Feng was dazed. He didn't know what Lu Qinin was talking about, and he didn't have the right to stop her. Zhao Feng used the Dark Heart Seal to communicate with Bai Qingyue, and he sent Lu Qinin's current location and picture to her. I'm going to find the end of my dream. However, it was too difficult for one person to be strong enough to make the two Lord dynasties wary. She didn't want the male in front of her to lie to her. First, he cultivated the divine forming technique. Zhao Feng had already learned the basics of this technique, and it wouldn't take long before Zhao Feng could refine other divine power into his own. You lied to me before? The lightning god crystal that contained the power of God Tribulation lightning wasn't something a normal lightning god crystal could compare to. I gained a lot from this trip to the God Corps. If I digest everything, my overall strength will soar. Zhao Feng started to multitask after circulating the 10,000 divine thoughts technique. Lu Qinin murmured softly. This was your previous life. You were called Lu Qinin back then. This news instantly shook all the top forces of the two Lord dynasties. The instant the lightning god crystal appeared, a terrifying destructive tribulation lightning power spread out like a heavenly might. Lu Qinin's body shook slightly. Bai Qingyue, tell all the intelligence agents in the continent zone to pay attention to this person's whereabouts. Lu Qinin said with certainty. From now on, Zhao Feng was going to protect Lu Qinin and stop her from suffering. Lu Qinin's eyes suddenly became clear. At this moment, even Zhao Feng was immersed in the past. A little while later, Zhao Feng returned to the Hall of Gods. Lu Qinin said with determination. The overall strength of the Hall of Gods increased once again. So, all of this really existed. It was my previous life. Zhao Feng said with a resolute gaze. Zhao Feng guessed. Thank you, Xen Wuheng. He felt that Xen Wuheng had prepared this lightning god crystal just for him. Actually, if it was any other normal person, they would definitely not believe such a situation. The second thought was what Zhao Feng used to think about how to refine his second clone. To her, her master was her only family in this world. He was like a father to her. What? Right now, most of the forces of both Lord dynasties are gathered at the barren ground of God Tribulation lightning on the battlefield. It will probably take a while for the news of me killing sacred King Samsara to spread. Whoosh! This is your memory? Furthermore, the amount and quality of the God Tribulation lightning within this lightning god crystal far surpassed Zhao Feng's imagination. It was enough for Zhao Feng to use. You killed my master. Now, both Lord dynasties would suspect that Zhao Feng had obtained that secret technique. Zhao Feng couldn't wait to try out his divine weapon. Bai Qingyue and Supreme Emperor Dark Knight had the most important missions among Zhao Feng's subordinates, and Zhao Feng couldn't just send anyone to protect Lu Qinin in secret, so Zhao Feng chose Old Monster Su. Zhao Feng immediately asked. Hearing Zhao Feng say that Sacred King Samsara wanted to kill her, Lu Qinin didn't know why, but she really wanted to believe it. Ever since Lu Qinin could remember, she had been with her master. This is my memory. It can't be faked. After obtaining divine power, Zhao Feng's physical power would become stronger, and he would be able to use the power of the ancient God seal. After giving out the orders, Zhao Feng immediately entered seclusion. Zhao Feng said decisively, "In my previous life?" Therefore, Zhao Feng needed to strengthen his forces. Zhao Feng instantly sucked the God crystal into the dimension of his left eye. A black triangular piece of metal appeared in Zhao Feng's hand. "I can't go with you." All the forces of both Lord dynasties would definitely think that Zhao Feng killed Sacred King Samsara in order to obtain the secret technique that could gather the power of God Eye descendants. He wants to kill me and you, so I must kill him. Whoosh! Where would Lu Qinin, who had no one to rely on, go? Unknowingly, Zhao Feng pushed himself into the center of the storm. Zhao Feng gave Bai Qingyue an interspatial ring. Zhao Feng immediately contacted Old Monster Su, who was even further away. Zhao Feng said with a smile. Chapter 11:22. In order to test the power of the relic, Zhao Feng entered the ancient dream realm. Then, Zhao Feng poured the first wave of divine power he had refined into the ancient God seal. In an instant, Zhao Feng's consciousness seemed to enter the ancient God seal and arrive at a world of black steel. Countless information about this relic rushed into Zhao Feng's mind. Dozens of transformations. Close combat, ranged combat, defense, support, and other abilities. Zhao Feng's heart shook. He didn't expect to obtain such an omnipotent relic. Ding, ding. The triangular piece of metal in Zhao Feng's hand split in the middle, and a long black blade extended from the center. Sword form. Zhao Feng held the black sword and felt it was abnormally heavy. He couldn't control the power within. Swoosh! Zhao Feng fiercely swung his sword, unleashing a wave of black energy imbued with a tyrannical divine power. The black wavy blade pierced through the entire forest, destroying everything in its way. It hit a small mountain in the distance and exploded. Such power! Zhao Feng couldn't help but exclaim. One had to know that the ancient dream realm was different from the continent zone. Any power here would be suppressed by the laws of the ancient dream realm. At this moment, Zhao Feng's attack pierced through the entire forest and flattened a small mountain a few miles away. At this moment, a deafening roar came from the continuous chain of small mountain peaks behind them. Then the earth shook. Giant gray crystal giants jumped out of the ground or the mountains and let out angry roars. Several powerful shockwaves blasted toward Zhao Feng. "I'll take care of you next time." Zhao Feng looked at the group of Earth Crystal race and left the ancient dream realm. Although Zhao Feng had a lot of resources and could duplicate them, it was difficult to increase the overall combat power of the Hall of Gods in a short period of time. Therefore, Zhao Feng had to plunder resources in the ancient dream realm, and the Earth Crystal race was the best target. Ding, ding, ding. The ancient God seal in Zhao Feng's hand turned back into a triangular piece of metal. There seems to be a seal in the depths of this divine artifact. With the powerful insight of Zhao Feng's God spiritual eye, he discovered this suspicious point. However, this artifact's current power and performance are already sufficient. Zhao Feng put his doubts aside. In the future, when his strength reached a certain level, it would not be too late to thoroughly explore this divine artifact. After experimenting and understanding the ancient God seal, Zhao Feng continued his seclusion. The divine power refined by the divine transformation technique couldn't recover on its own. Therefore, Zhao Feng needed to store as much divine power as possible. Zhao Feng also needed to practice more on the use of divine power. To Zhao Feng, divine power was an extremely powerful trump card. If I use a divine weapon, I'm afraid that even normal half-gods won't be a match for me. Zhao Feng was extremely excited. The trip to the God Corpse had caused Zhao Feng's strength to change dramatically. However, because Zhao Feng had killed Sacred King Samsara, 2 Lord dynasties had their eyes on him. Therefore, it was best not to expose the fact that he had a divine weapon. On the other side, within the dimension of his God Eye, Zhao Feng was constantly imprinting and comprehending the power of God Tribulation Lightning. With the Lightning God Crystal, Zhao Feng didn't need to worry about not having enough power of God Tribulation Lightning, so he could absorb it without worry. The power of God Tribulation Lightning was also one of Zhao Feng's strongest trump cards. Furthermore, comprehending the power of God Tribulation Lightning was beneficial for Zhao Feng's future God Tribulation Lightning. Several dozen days later, Zhao Feng opened his eyes once more. I've already created the secret technique to create a clone. Zhao Feng was slightly expectant. Zhao Feng then started to create the body of his clone. He would split his soul after the body of his clone was formed. A wave of blood-red liquid wrapped around the blood crystal Yao spirit that hadn't fully grown yet and arrived in front of Zhao Feng. First, I need to wipe away the embryonic intent of the blood crystal Yao spirit. Zhao Feng followed the method that he had created and started to do it. 6 days later, a body that radiated a powerful ancient bloodline aura floated within the misty spatial world. The core of this body was the blood god crystal that Zhao Feng had obtained in the past. Not bad. The state of existence has already surpassed the level of normal sacred lords. Zhao Feng was extremely satisfied with this body. The value of the resources used to create this body far exceeded that of the first clone body by countless times, but it was all worth it. Furthermore, Zhao Feng felt that the appearance of the main body and the clone couldn't be completely the same. Therefore, Zhao Feng slightly changed the appearance of this body into that of a rough and muscular male. Now that the clone is complete, I'll split my soul. Zhao Feng had a solemn expression. Although splitting his soul would weaken Zhao Feng's soul intent, once the second clone succeeded, Zhao Feng would have a helper whose battle power surpassed normal sacred lords. Furthermore, the second clone's body was unique. As long as it continued to receive powerful bloodline resources, it would be able to quickly become stronger. Furthermore, after splitting his soul once, Zhao Feng had experience and could guarantee that his soul intent wouldn't be weakened too much this time. After confirming this, Zhao Feng circulated the soul-splitting technique and started to split his soul. With the experience from last time, he finished splitting his soul in less than 20 days. The soul intent of this split soul had reached the level of a sacred lord, but it wasn't even worth mentioning compared to Zhao Feng's sacred king soul intent. My soul intent hasn't weakened too much, Zhao Feng said after sensing it carefully. This time, splitting his soul didn't weaken Zhao Feng's soul intent by much, and Zhao Feng had obtained the vine fruit from the god corpse, so he would be able to recover very quickly. Shua! A dark purple soul entered the body that Zhao Feng had created. Quickly break through to the early stage Sacred Lord realm. Zhao Feng organized some resources and gave them to his second clone. Sacred Lord myriad forms had reached the peak stages of the early stage Sacred Lord realm, so the success rate of merging with the eyes of myriad forms would be higher after his second clone reached the early stage Sacred Lord realm. After giving out the orders, Zhao Feng's hands started to recover his soul intent. Shua! 3 transparent red leaves appeared in Zhao Feng's hand. These leaves were the ones that Zhao Feng had obtained from the giant vine in the god corpse, and they contained a powerful intent and bloodline aura. Although these leaves aren't as effective as the vine fruit, they're very suitable for my current level. Zhao Feng then put one of the leaves into the dimension of his left eye and started to duplicate and comprehend the effects of the other 2 leaves. A condensed power of the elements of earth, wood, and intent entered Zhao Feng's mind. At the same time, a refreshing fragrance and bloodline aura caused Zhao Feng's exhaustion to disappear. 2 months later, Zhao Feng used more than a dozen red leaves to recover his weakened soul intent to its peak. At the same time, Zhao Feng's intent also increased as he comprehended the intent within the red leaves. At this moment, Nan Gongxing, Zhao Yufei, and Kuan Yun returned to the Hall of Gods with those from the Tai family. Zhao Feng, you won't go back on your word, right? Kuan Yun immediately charged next to Zhao Feng. However, when he thought about Zhao Feng's performance in the god corpse, he suppressed the anger in his heart. On the way back, he heard that Sacred King Samsara had been killed by Zhao Feng. This made Kuan Yun even more afraid of Zhao Feng. I just had an urgent matter, so I came back first. Zhao Feng handed the interspatial ring that he had prepared a long time ago to Kuan Yun. Kuan Yun paused for a moment. Zhao Feng's so-called urgent matter was probably to kill sacred King Samsara and obtain that secret technique. Kuan Yun's consciousness then entered the interspatial dimension with a joyful expression as he prepared to leave. Kuan Yun, do you want to obtain better resources? Zhao Feng messaged Kuan Yun. The Hall of Gods wasn't in a good situation right now, mainly because they lacked peak battle power. Kuan Yun was a good choice. When have I, Kuan Yun, ever been scared of anyone? As long as you can pay me, I'll fight with you to the end. Kuan Yun's expression turned to joy as he started to brag about his strength. Zhao Feng smiled helplessly. Back when Zhao Feng and Kuan Yun first talked, Kuan Yun immediately rejected Zhao Feng when he heard that their opponent was 9 Darkness Palace. However, Kuan Yun was indeed very strong now. He probably had the strength of a normal demigod. Nan Gongxing had a grim expression as he stared at Zhao Feng. He was extremely unwilling to accept this. He had used his mind and rationality to exchange for the power of the evil god, but he still wasn't able to catch up to Zhao Feng. Brother Feng, have you encountered some trouble? Zhao Yufei walked forward and felt that there was definitely another reason why Zhao Feng killed sacred King Samsara. Zhao Feng hesitated for a moment. He didn't know how to tell Zhao Yufei about Lu Qinxin. Among the Tai family members, Tai Hongling looked at Zhao Yufei, and her heart trembled. No wonder Zhao Feng didn't fall in love with such a peerless and noble goddess. Right at this moment, an elder of the Tai family stepped forward. I am Tai Kun from the Tai family, one of the 8 big families. According to our agreement, I have sent 5 extremely talented disciples of the Tai family. I hope that Brother Zhao can help the Tai family raise them. The 5 geniuses of the Tai family then walked forward and bowed toward Zhao Feng. Zhao Feng knew Tai Lingyun and Tai Hongling among the 5. The cultivation of the other 3 disciples of the Tai family was lower, but their bloodline potential wasn't any weaker than the former. Tai Lingyun looked at Zhao Feng with complex emotions. After his battle with Zhao Feng, he had made up his mind that he would fight Zhao Feng again in the next battle. However, in just a few short years, Zhao Feng had reached a height that he couldn't reach. Rumors even said that sacred King Samsara, who had the eyes of Samsara, was killed by Zhao Feng. The other 3 younger disciples of the Tai family knew why they came to the Hall of Gods this time, and they were extremely nervous and excited. Of course, Zhao Feng nodded his head. Now that the Hall of Gods was being watched by 2 Lord dynasties, it was definitely worth it to befriend a force like the Tai family. Zhao Feng then told the members of the Hall of Gods to arrange residences for the people of the Tai family, Kuan Yun, and Zhao Yufei. Zhao Feng still needed to think about how to help the disciples of the Tai family awaken the perfect Blood Devil Sun bloodline, so he wasn't in a rush to do it. Zhao Feng entered the ancient dream realm. Within the forest, the golden-winged scarlet tigers, earth-shattering raging bulls, 5 poison distinct bees, and sky-fire lightning apes sensed something and immediately rushed to Zhao Feng's side. While Zhao Feng was using these ancient beasts to steal resources, he didn't forget to nurture them. At this moment, the strength of Zhao Feng's spiritual pets had greatly increased. Attack the Earth Crystal Race. Zhao Feng ordered and led the large group out of the forest. Chapter 1123. Not far away from the forest, a few earth crystal giants had already appeared in front of a mountain. It seemed like Zhao Feng's unintentional provocation made the earth crystal race pay close attention to the forest. When they sensed something, they immediately gathered. 12 earth crystal giants. Zhao Feng had a better understanding of the enemy's situation. The average battle power of the earth crystal race had reached the standard of a sacred king, and one of them had reached the peak stage of a sacred king. Zhao Feng wasn't afraid of any of the earth crystal giants, but this was a group battle. No matter how strong Zhao Feng was, he couldn't fight all of them by himself. You're courting death. Among the earth crystal race, a particularly muscular earth crystal giant let out a furious roar. Defeat them. Zhao Feng ordered. The 5 poison distinct bees, sky-fire lightning apes, golden-winged scarlet tigers, and earth-shattering raging bulls charged out without hesitation. Your opponent is me. Zhao Feng charged toward the strongest expert from the earth crystal race. With Zhao Feng's current strength, Normal sacred kings couldn't ignite Zhao Feng's battle intent at all. Lowly human, how dare you offend the Earth Crystal race? The Earth Crystal Giant didn't care about Zhao Feng's bloodline and cultivation. Sky-destroying sacred lightning palm. Zhao Feng circulated his sacred lightning body and merged the wind lightning's sacred power into it, and he instantly unleashed a scarlet golden palm. Boom! The sacred lightning palm landed on the Earth Crystal Giant's giant body, and countless scarlet golden lightning bolts appeared. Ark, a human. The Earth Crystal Giant was stunned. The strength of the human in front of it was far beyond its imagination. The Earth Crystal Giant roared toward Zhao Feng. A condensed shockwave instantly crashed toward Zhao Feng. At the same time, the Earth Crystal Giant waved its arm and condensed a dark yellow axe, which it slashed toward Zhao Feng. Zhao Feng used his advantage in speed to dodge the Earth Crystal Giant's attack. Sacred Lightning Dominating Fist. Sky-destroying Sacred Lightning Palm. Zhao Feng alternated between the two sacred lightning body techniques as he continuously bombarded the Earth Crystal Giant in front of him. The Earth Crystal Giant's speed was far inferior to Zhao Feng's. Furious, it activated its bloodline. Its body instantly grew several meters taller, and its power and defense greatly increased. A terrifying gravity space formed around it. Boom! The Earth Crystal Giant, who had activated its bloodline, waved its giant axe and summoned the laws of Earth as it slashed toward Zhao Feng. Before the giant axe even got close, Zhao Feng felt an unprecedented gravitational control that bound him tightly. The Earth Crystal race was very talented in the gravity realm, and the effect of their gravity realm was even better than the Zhao Feng cloud. A triangular piece of iron appeared in Zhao Feng's hand. Ding ding! As he channeled his divine power into it, the triangular piece of metal in Zhao Feng's hand quickly transformed into a black metal shield. As he gripped the ancient God Seal's defensive shield, Zhao Feng felt as if the weight of heaven and earth had instantly disappeared. Wang! The Earth Crystal Giant's powerful attack landed on Zhao Feng's shield, and a metallic sound rang out. Crack! The giant dark yellow axe in the Earth Crystal Giant's hand instantly shattered and turned into a pile of dust. How is this possible? You have a divine weapon? The Earth Crystal Giant's expression changed dramatically. Only a divine weapon could have such power. Ding ding! After blocking the Path Giant's attack, the black shield in Zhao Feng's hand instantly turned into a black spear. Zhao Feng swept his spear, and a dominating black whirlwind swept out and engulfed the Earth Crystal Giant. Countless deep gashes appeared around the body of the giant that was passing by. I'll use you as a practice target. Zhao Feng smiled faintly. In the ancient dream realm, Zhao Feng didn't have to worry about the secret of the divine weapon being revealed, so he could familiarize himself with the power of the divine weapon without any worries. Also, Zhao Feng didn't use his full strength, and the Earth Crystal race's defense was extremely strong. It wouldn't be destroyed by Zhao Feng's divine weapon so easily. Ding ding! The ancient God Seal in Zhao Feng's hand turned into a large blade again. Boom! A black light that could split the sky and earth instantly shot out toward the Earth Crystal Giant. Shameless, human. The Earth Crystal Giant, the strongest of the Earth Crystal race, could only passively defend in front of Zhao Feng's divine weapon. However, even the Earth Crystal race, which specialized in defense, couldn't block the power of the divine weapon. In the end, when the Earth Crystal Giant was extremely weak, Zhao Feng left a dark heart seal on its soul. Then, Zhao Feng looked around at the battle. Although Zhao Feng had a lot of beasts, the Earth Crystal race's bloodline was stronger and their cultivation was higher. The two sides were evenly matched. However, when Zhao Feng, who had enslaved the strongest of the Earth Crystal race, and this Earth Crystal Giant joined the battle, the situation immediately changed. Without much effort, Zhao Feng successfully took over the Earth Crystal race's territory. In this attack, Zhao Feng's beast horde suffered heavy losses. However, this was also Zhao Feng's intention. On one hand, it was survival of the fittest, and he eliminated the weaker spiritual pets. On the other hand, it was to save unnecessary resources. After taking over the Earth Crystal race's territory, Zhao Feng started to plunder the Earth Crystal race's resources. Master, this is all of my savings. All of the Earth Crystal Giants gave all of their savings to Zhao Feng. The ancient Earth Crystal race could produce primal crystal stones or substandard god crystals on their own. They would usually store these cultivation resources and trade them with other races. Furthermore, most of the places where the Earth Crystal race lived were filled with resources. Master, there's a crystal vein underground where the Earth Crystal race lives. The strongest expert of the Earth Crystal race said to Zhao Feng. Crystal vein? Zhao Feng's expression changed slightly. A crystal vein was a mine that produced primal crystal stones or god crystals. The Heaven-Earth Yuan Qi in the continent zone was very thin, so it was very hard for a crystal vein to form. Even if there was one, it would be an extremely low-level one. Zhao Feng then used Earth Escape and dove underground with the Earth Crystal Giant. A substandard god crystal vein. Zhao Feng's eyes twinkled. A substandard god crystal vein could produce substandard god crystals. If it was a higher-level substandard god crystal vein, it could even form god crystals. One had to know that some mystic light realm sacred lords weren't willing to use substandard god crystals when cultivating. At this moment, Zhao Feng had obtained a substandard god crystal vein. The rewards from attacking the Earth Crystal race exceeded Zhao Feng's expectations. With these resources, Zhao Feng would be able to quickly increase the strength of himself and the Hall of Gods. Zhao Feng left the ancient dream realm with a large amount of resources. These resources are mainly used to reward the Sacred Lord experts that have contributed a lot to the Hall of Gods. Zhao Feng organized a portion of the resources and gave it to Bai Qingyue. Many mystic light realm experts had appeared in the Hall of Gods recently, but they were still too weak. On top of that, Bai Qingyue, Supreme Emperor Dark Knight, the black-armored Sacred Lord, and the other Sacred Lords also needed a large amount of resources to increase their strength. Master, Lu Qinin has reached the edge of the ocean. She seems to be planning to leave the continent zone. Bai Qingyue reported Lu Qinin's movements to Zhao Feng. Leaving the continent zone? Does she want to return to the Azure Flower continent? Zhao Feng guessed in his heart. However, this was also good. With Lu Qinin's current cultivation, she wouldn't face any danger if she left the continent zone. Zhao Feng then picked out some resources and prepared to start the perfect Blood Devil Sun bloodline awakening plan. On this day, Zhao Feng arrived at where Sacred Dr. Jade Spirit lived. Sacred Dr. Jade Spirit, thank you. Zhao Feng gave the resources he picked out to Sacred Dr. Jade Spirit. Zhao Feng, I can be considered a member of the Hall of Gods now, right? Sacred Dr. Jade Spirit revealed a dispirited expression. Recently, Zhao Feng had been rewarding everyone in the Hall of Gods. Even Sacred Dr. Jade Spirit wanted some resources. At this moment, Sacred Dr. Jade Spirit was filled with regret. Why had she been tricked into coming to the Hall of Gods for some things? This is an extra reward for senior service to the Hall of Gods. Zhao Feng gave Sacred Dr. Jade Spirit a few more precious ancient resources. Sacred Dr. Jade Spirit, who was originally dissatisfied with Zhao Feng, instantly smiled and started to refine pills without saying anything else. A few days later, Zhao Feng gave these pills to the disciples of the Tai family and paid close attention to the situation of their bloodlines. Master, according to the information from the spies scattered across the continent zone, the forces of the Great Gone Lord dynasty have been very active recently, especially Nine Darkness Palace. On this day, Bai Qingyue reported some information and guesses to Zhao Feng. Understood. Zhao Feng had a calm expression as he started to enter seclusion. Within the misty spatial world, my state of existence has already reached the early stage Sacred Lord realm, and I'm about to break through as well. Zhao Feng glanced at his second clone next to him. Several dozen substandard god crystals and many precious resources appeared in front of Zhao Feng. Zhao Feng started to multitask after circulating the 10,000 divine thoughts technique. He cultivated the Golden Kuan's sacred lightning body, the 5 elemental wind lightning technique, the divine forming technique, and other top-tier techniques. After conquering the Earth Crystal race, Zhao Feng had a lot of resources on hand. Now that the Great Gone Lord dynasty was moving, An invisible pressure descended on Zhao Feng, so he used every second he had to increase his strength and force. A month later, the dark yellow lightning symbols around Zhao Feng's body suddenly released a bright light. My sacred lightning body has reached the peak level. Zhao Feng used all the resources he had to break through the bottleneck of the 6th level of the sacred lightning body. After his sacred lightning body reached the peak level, even the attacks of normal sacred kings wouldn't be able to do much damage to Zhao Feng. Very good, you've also become an early-stage sacred lord. I'll merge the eyes of myriad forms with you now. Zhao Feng and his second clone revealed an excited smile. Although Zhao Feng also had the eyes of samsara on top of the eyes of myriad forms, what Zhao Feng needed right now was battle power. However, what Zhao Feng needed right now was battle power. The eyes of samsara contained the samsara of life, so it wasn't as useful as the eyes of myriad forms. Sacred Lord Myriad Forms was a non-human and couldn't move around in the Great Gon Lord dynasty, so Zhao Feng killed him without hesitation and took away his eyes of myriad forms. After merging with the eyes of myriad forms, your strength will increase by leaps and bounds. Zhao Feng said faintly. After merging with the eyes of myriad forms, his second clone would have the battle power of a late-stage sacred lord, and the eyes of myriad forms would increase his soul defense and cultivation speed. With his experience from last time, Zhao Feng merged the eyes of myriad forms into his second clone's soul in just one day. Second clone, Zhao Wan. Zhao Feng named it. After successfully merging the eyes of myriad forms with Zhao Wan, Zhao Feng picked out some unique eye bloodline techniques and gave them to Zhao Wan to cultivate. Only powerful eye bloodline techniques would be able to unleash the full power of an eye bloodline. On this day, Bai Qingyue sent another message to Zhao Feng. Master, 9 Darkness Palace has been in close contact with many powerful forces in the Lord Dynasty, including the 8 big families. The Grand Imperial Hall also seems to be doing something. Bai Qingyue said in a solemn tone. Chapter 1124. Master, 9 Darkness Palace has been in close contact with many powerful forces in the Lord Dynasty, including the 8 big families. The Grand Imperial Hall also seems to be doing something. Bai Qingyue said solemnly. From Bai Qingyue's point of view, the situation was very dangerous. If the Hall of Gods didn't do anything, it would be difficult for them to defend against the upcoming danger. Understood? Zhao Feng said calmly before continuing to cultivate. My cultivation speed of the 5 elemental wind lightning technique has increased recently. Zhao Feng said happily. All of this was because Zhao Wan also cultivated the 5 elemental wind lightning technique. Zhao Wan's comprehension and experience would naturally enter Zhao Feng's consciousness. However, Zhao Wan's cultivation level was still very low, so it wasn't very effective for Zhao Feng. However, Zhao Wan could also directly obtain the cultivation experience of the 5 elemental wind lightning technique from Zhao Feng. Adding on the endless resources, his cultivation speed was extremely fast. In the future, when the two of them reached the same level, the comprehension and experience they gained would be able to help each other. This meant that Zhao Feng's cultivation speed was almost twice as fast. Also, although Zhao Wang's first clone cultivated the Ghost Dao and couldn't help Zhao Feng's cultivation speed, Zhao Wang's comprehension of the Ghost Dao could also become Zhao Feng's experience and increase Zhao Feng's knowledge. At this moment, Zhao Feng finally felt how powerful the soul-splitting technique was. Zhao Feng then started to multitask and cultivate many different aspects. Now that he was cultivating the 5 elemental wind lightning technique, it could increase Zhao Wan's cultivation speed. On the other hand, Zhao Feng had already thought of how to use the power of the god blood sealed in his right index finger. This drop of god blood had been sealed in Zhao Feng's index finger for a while now. A portion of the power in this drop of god blood was used by Zhao Feng, while the other portion nourished Zhao Feng's body. Zhao Feng inadvertently discovered that a small amount of the power of the god's blood had unknowingly fused with the flesh of his index finger. I wonder what will happen if I completely integrate the power of this drop of God's blood into this finger. Zhao Feng was excited. Now that Zhao Feng had abundant cultivation resources, If he could turn this drop of God's blood into a powerful attack, why not? With this idea in mind, Zhao Feng began to implement it. Zhao Feng first removed a small portion of the Ice Empress Seal's seal and released a trace of the god's blood's power. At the same time, Zhao Feng controlled the flesh and blood on his finger to absorb the power of the god's blood without restraint. Although the entire process took a little more time, it was a success in the end. Subsequently, Zhao Feng repeated the process twice. This is the limit of what my life level can withstand. Zhao Feng finally stopped. If he forced his index finger to absorb the power of the god's blood, the powerful god's bloodline power would leak out. At this moment, Zhao Feng's finger was completely different from the rest of his body. Swoosh! An ordinary heaven-grade defensive armor appeared in front of Zhao Feng. Swoosh! Zhao Feng circulated the power in his finger and poked it. Swoosh! Zhao Feng's finger pierced through the defense of the armor. Subsequently, countless spider-like cracks spread in all directions. Boom! Clang! The defensive armor was shattered into countless pieces. It actually possesses such power. Zhao Feng was shocked. The power of his index finger after integrating the power of the god's blood was far beyond Zhao Feng's imagination. Currently, Zhao Feng's index finger had only integrated 1/10 of the god's blood's energy. In the future, as Zhao Feng's state of existence increased, the degree of integration between his finger and the god's blood would increase, and Zhao Feng would be able to integrate more god's blood into his index finger. Zhao Feng was looking forward to what kind of power this drop of God's blood would have when it completely integrated into his index finger. If I cultivate a finger technique, it should be even stronger. Zhao Feng then searched through his memories and the Hall of God's combat skill pavilion to find the most suitable finger technique for himself. Wind Lightning Raging Finger. In the end, Zhao Feng chose this one-finger technique. Wind Lightning Raging Finger had a large area of effect and a fatal finger technique that focused on one point. It completely met Zhao Feng's requirements. With Zhao Feng's mastery of wind and lightning, he only needed dozens of days to completely familiarize himself with Wind Lightning Raging Finger and cultivate it to the 5th level. Within the misty spatial world, Zhao Feng restrained the true power of his index finger and continuously practiced the Wind Lightning Raging Finger. Countless wind lightning finger shadows of various sizes filled the area around Zhao Feng. At a certain moment, the power of wind and lightning around Zhao Feng suddenly released a layer of dark gold light. The 5-elemental wind lightning technique has reached the peak stage of the 9th level. Zhao Feng was overjoyed and looked at Zhao Wan in the distance. Time was tight, and it was hard for Zhao Feng to cultivate anything else while practicing his combat skill. Therefore, he told Zhao Wan to focus on the 5-elemental wind lightning technique. In the past month, Zhao Feng had only circulated the wind lightning sacred power to cultivate his finger technique, but he had already broken through a small bottleneck. This was obviously due to Zhao Wan. It's time to move. On this day, Zhao Feng silently left his seclusion grounds. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. For figures gathered at a certain place in the back mountain of the Hall of Gods in the night. Zhao Feng, let's go. Nan Gongxing was already impatient, and his face was filled with killing intent. Zhao Feng, are you confident? Kuan Yun was still slightly hesitant after learning about the mission. Scared now? Zhao Feng said mockingly. When have I, Kuan Yun, ever been scared of anyone? Kuan Yun immediately puffed out his chest. Whoosh. Everyone disappeared in a layer of silvery shadows. Within the 9 Darkness Mountain range in the depths of the continent zone, many experts of the Great Gon Lord dynasty were gathered within a secret hall. Every single one of these experts had at least a 3-star power behind them, and there were even some 3-star forces and sections. The Hall of Gods has been developing very quickly recently, and many Mystic Light Realm experts have appeared. If it weren't for the fact that Grand Elder Zhao Feng is only a late-stage Sacred Lord, the Hall of Gods would probably be the #1 force below the peak 3-star level already. However, the most important thing is that Zhao Feng might have a secret technique that can gather the power of the 8 Great God Eyes. The upper echelon of many forces expressed their thoughts. They were all very interested in the juicy piece of meat that was the Hall of Gods. According to Nine Darkness Palace's intelligence, the resources that the Hall of Gods has are comparable to an ancient 3-star superpower. A sacred king from Nine Darkness Palace said. The Earth Demon cult was also a 3-star superpower, but it wasn't considered ancient. From this, one could see how much resources the Hall of Gods had. I agree with Sacred King Wicked Sky's words. An elder of the Black Wicked cult immediately said. A black figure floated at the very front of the secret hall. This is a great chance for us to rise. Demigod Dark Ocean said in a solemn tone. The Black Wicked cult will help Nine Darkness Palace. The Jiang family will also participate in this mission. The Earth Demon cult and Nine Darkness Palace will stand on the same side. The experts of the forces present made their stand clear. With Nine Darkness Palace leading the way and several dozen other 3-star forces present, how could they not deal with the Hall of Gods that had just risen up? Good, Nine Darkness Palace will not mistreat you after this is done. Demigod Dark Ocean laughed. The conflict between Nine Darkness Palace and the Hall of Gods couldn't be resolved, and the strength that Zhao Feng displayed made Demigod Dark Ocean not confident. Therefore, he paid a huge price to gather the help of many forces. Everyone, please wait for a moment. The people from the Grand Imperial Hall will arrive soon. Demigod Dark Ocean continued. Everyone present fell silent. Nine Darkness Palace's mission this time was undoubtedly a battle between two peak forces of the Lord Dynasty, and there might be several hundred forces that would be affected. Under normal situations, the Grand Imperial Hall would stop this from happening. However, the Grand Imperial Hall also wanted the secret technique in Zhao Feng's hands. Therefore, the Grand Imperial Hall allowed this to happen, but their request was that after Nine Darkness Palace destroyed the Hall of Gods, they had to give the secret technique in Zhao Feng's hands to the Grand Imperial Hall. Right at this moment, the outskirts of Nine Darkness Palace started to shake as a terrifying intent of heaven and earth descended. The secret hall was isolated from everything, so the experts present could only feel the slightest abnormality. The people from the Grand Imperial Hall are here? A sacred lord said in surprise. The expressions of the members of Nine Darkness Palace kept on changing. An elder of Nine Darkness Palace opened the barrier of the secret hall. Boom, boom. The sound of destruction and the terrifying intent instantly spread into the secret hall. Demigod Dark Ocean, come out and die. A deafening roar of anger was heard. How is this possible? The people from the Hall of Gods are already here? An elder from one of the factions was astounded. Impossible. Nine Darkness Palace's spies are watching the Hall of Gods. We'll know as soon as they come. Sacred King Wicked Sky's expression was grim. Who, Demigod Dark Ocean and all the members of Nine Darkness Palace charged out. Boom. At this moment, more than half of Nine Darkness Palace had been destroyed, and countless demonic Dao disciples were buried in the rubble. But since you've come to die, I won't have to do it myself. Demigod Dark Ocean's eyes were filled with anger as he looked at the 4 people in front of him. Demigod Dark Ocean didn't expect the Hall of Gods to attack first, and only a few people at that. At this moment, the elders of the other forces charged out from the secret hall. Everyone, let's assist the Nine Nether Palace and kill these arrogant bastards. Sacred King Wicked Sky from Nine Darkness Palace roared in anger. Just 4 people and they dare to come here? A sacred lord from a demonic Dao force couldn't help but mock. Everyone, let's attack together and kill these 4. The Hall of Gods will be finished. The forces present were both shocked and overjoyed at the same time. From their point of view, the Hall of Gods definitely wouldn't be able to stop the combined strength of so many forces. Now that the upper echelon of the Hall of Gods had come here to die, it was exactly what they wanted. How is this possible? This Zhao Feng, Demigod Earth Ghost from the Earth Demon cult, had an extremely grim expression. According to what he knew, Zhao Feng had already used the second god-slaying arrow. What did Zhao Feng rely on to dare to come to the headquarters of Nine Darkness Palace? Did he really obtain Sacred King Samsara's secret technique? Sacred King Earth Ghost murmured in his heart before denying this thought. If Zhao Feng really did have 3 or more God Eye descendants and knew this secret technique, he could easily topple the Grand Imperial Hall and unify the Great Gon Lord dynasty. Bush, bush, bush. All the experts in the secret hall charged out. I didn't expect there to be so many forces working with 9 Darkness Palace here. I can take them all out at once. Zhao Feng floated in the air and looked down on everyone as he said in a mocking tone. Chapter 11:25. I didn't think that there would be so many forces working together with 9 Darkness Palace. We can take care of them all at once. Zhao Feng floated in the air and said in a mocking tone, as if he was looking down on everyone. Hearing this, the expressions of 9 Darkness Palace and the other forces paused. However, when their divine senses scanned over everything within several dozen thousand miles and didn't find anything strange, all the experts present started to roar with laughter. "Huh, you really don't know what's good for you. I think that you didn't even ask around before coming here. Now that so many forces have teamed up with 9 Darkness Palace, you're just here to die." Many sacred lords and sacred kings mocked and laughed, treating Zhao Feng's words as a joke. Demigod Dark Ocean from 9 Darkness Palace had a grim expression as he scanned over Zhao Feng and company. He couldn't estimate Zhao Feng's strength, but Kuan Yun had the strength of a normal demigod. On the other side, Nan Gongxing and Zhao Yufei's strength were comparable to late-stage sacred kings. "Take them all down." Demigod Dark Ocean roared with a grim expression. He couldn't relax seeing how calm Zhao Feng was. Now that Zhao Feng and company were attacking, 9 Darkness Palace had no other choice but to take them down and not allow any accidents to happen. Demigod Dark Ocean, what's the point of struggling when you're about to die? Zhao Feng laughed as a pair of scarlet wings of lightning spread behind his back, and he instantly charged toward Demigod Dark Ocean. Bush, bush, bush. On the other side, Kuan Yun, Zhao Yufei, and Nan Gongxing immediately took action after receiving Zhao Feng's order. "Zhao Feng, since you're seeking death, I'll fulfill your wish." Demigod Dark Ocean was originally planning to stall Kuan Yun, but he didn't expect Zhao Feng to directly charge toward him. This was exactly what he wanted. As long as Demigod Dark Ocean killed Zhao Feng first, everything would be over. Attack Kuan Yun. When the other elders of the 9 Nether Palace saw the Supreme Elder clashing with Zhao Feng, they could only take the initiative to attack Kuan Yun. 9 Darkness Palace was one of the strongest 3-star forces in the Great Gon Lord dynasty. Apart from Demigod Dark Ocean, they also had 2 Sacred King experts and 4 late-stage Sacred Lords. "All of you are my prey." Nan Gongxing left a trail of silver and purple afterimages as he charged toward the elders of 9 Darkness Palace. Some of these Sacred Lord elders were the ones that had chased after him in the past. Nan Gongxing's main targets were these Sacred Lords. "Nan Gongxing, you will die today." Sacred Lord Wicked Truth's expression changed as he roared in anger. Sacred Lord Wicked Truth was the Sacred Lord of 9 Darkness Palace who had chased them all the way to the true martial sacred land. Black Demonic Cult reinforced the 9 Nether Palace. The Supreme Elder of the Black Nefarious Sect shouted, "Go!" Sacred King Earth Ghost said in a deep voice as he charged out with several members of the Earth Demon Cult. Then, the leaders of the other 3-star forces, including the Jiang clan and the Dong clan, joined the battle. Golden Kuan's Sacred Body. Kuan Yun circulated the Golden Kuan's Sacred Body, and his golden body flashed with lightning as a terrifying pressure descended onto heaven and earth. The Sacred Lords of 9 Darkness Palace and the experts of the other forces that were about to approach Kuan Yun were instantly stunned by this physical force. Purple Spirit Sacred Technique. Zhao Yufei used a technique, and her body glowed with a golden light as she summoned the Heaven-Earth Yuan Qi. Weng, all the Heaven-Earth Yuan Qi nearby was gathered by Zhao Yufei and turned into a purple mist that surrounded Zhao Yufei. Zhao Yufei controlled the huge amethyst mist and directly attacked a portion of the experts. Sky-destroying Sacred Lightning Palm. Zhao Feng circulated his sacred lightning body and unleashed his Blood Devil Sun bloodline as he unleashed a scarlet golden palm of wind lightning. 9 Darkness Demonic Light. Demigod Dark Ocean snickered coldly as he circulated a surge of pitch-black sacred power and thrust out his palm. A pitch-black beam of light suffused with the tyrannical power of the demonic Tao pierced through the air and collided with Zhao Feng's palm. After the two clashed, a pitch-black light shot out toward Zhao Feng. As expected of a demigod. If I don't use some hidden cards, I won't be his match at all. Zhao Feng's expression became solemn. He was originally planning to test out his strength after he had completely consolidated it. However, the instant they clashed, Zhao Feng understood that there was still a gap between him and a demigod. However, Demigod Dark Ocean was indeed slightly stronger than Demigod Ferocity. Earth Lightning Sacred Armor. Zhao Feng immediately circulated the Earth of Wind Lightning and used a defensive secret technique to block the remaining power of Demigod Dark Ocean's attack. This brat! Demigod Dark Ocean's expression was grim as he stared at Zhao Feng. He was only at the late stages of the Mystic Light Realm, but he was able to fight against a demigod. If it wasn't for the fact that Zhao Feng's performance in the God Corpse was too shocking, Demigod Dark Ocean would have been stunned. However, he was more cautious than anything else right now. Zhao Feng and company definitely had thought about it before daring to charge into the headquarters of Nine Darkness Palace. They definitely had something they could rely on. However, at this moment, Nine Darkness Palace had gathered many experts from 3-star powers. Even if Zhao Feng and company had other hidden cards, it was useless. Demonic Marks. Demigod Dark Ocean hated Zhao Feng to the bone, so he didn't care about the difference in cultivation and took out his substandard god weapon. A black skeletal arm appeared in Demigod Dark Ocean's hand. A soul-shaking aura of the demonic Tao surrounded the 5 fingers of the skeletal arm. Substandard god weapon. Zhao Feng's eyes focused. He didn't expect Demigod Dark Ocean to place so much importance on him and take out a substandard god weapon so quickly. Zhao Feng didn't dare to be careless when facing a demigod expert using a substandard god weapon. Illusion Soul Charge. A purple and gold light flashed in Zhao Feng's left eye as a purple and gold mist containing powerful eye intent landed on Demigod Dark Ocean's soul. The wings on Zhao Feng's back released a flash of wind lightning while Demigod Dark Ocean was dazed. With a whoosh, Zhao Feng appeared behind Demigod Dark Ocean. Sky-destroying Sacred Lightning Palm. Zhao Feng released the projection of his physical force lightning domain and little world of wind lightning. He merged the 2 powers into his palm and thrust it out. What a powerful eye bloodline technique. Demigod Dark Ocean was stunned. He didn't expect to be affected by the eye bloodline technique of a junior. At this moment, he realized that Zhao Feng's soul intent had reached the level of a sacred king. 9 Darkness Demonic Claw. Demigod Dark Ocean released the power of the demonic Tao as he grabbed his skeletal arm and slashed out. 5 pitch-black demonic scars that tore through everything shot through the air and landed on Zhao Feng's palm. Boom. Zhao Feng's sacred lightning palm was instantly shattered. However, Zhao Feng had already predicted this outcome. He had already flashed out when Demigod Dark Ocean unleashed this attack, and he circulated his left eye once more. Wind Lightning Eye Flame. A purple and gold lightning fire exploded in Demigod Dark Ocean's head and radiated the aura of God Tribulation Lightning. Arg! Demigod Dark Ocean screamed as his body and soul were destroyed by the lightning fire. Demigod Dark Ocean's expression twisted in anger. The difference in power between Zhao Feng's eye bloodline technique this time and the previous eye bloodline technique caused Demigod Dark Ocean to misjudge and fall into Zhao Feng's trap. Sky-penetrating finger. An ancient bloodline aura radiated from Zhao Feng's right index finger. At the same time, a surge of sacred power of wind lightning merged into it. A scarlet golden light containing the terrifying power of wind lightning shot through the air and struck Demigod Dark Ocean's chest. Not good. Demigod Dark Ocean, who was being burned by the God Tribulation Lightning, felt a sense of life-threatening danger. Demigod Dark Ocean circulated his demonic Tao sacred power and a wisp of divine power, forming a pitch-black barrier in front of him. Whoosh! Zhao Feng's finger slammed into the pitch-black demonic flame barrier and instantly pierced through it. Zhao Feng's finger continued forward and pierced through demigod Dark Ocean's chest. The piercing power is strong, but the damage is limited. Zhao Feng concluded one of the techniques after using the Wind Lightning Raging Finger for the first time. Grand Elder. The elders of Nine Darkness Palace who were fighting with Nan Gongxing and Kuan Yun were stunned as they looked at Zhao Feng in disbelief. Their Grand Elder, demigod Dark Ocean, had been injured by Zhao Feng? One had to know that one side was a demigod, and the other was only a late-stage Mystic Light Realm's Sacred Lord. The final result was something that none of them had expected. His strength is enough to fight against a demigod. On the other side, Sacred King Earth Ghost was stunned. He was even wondering if he had made the wrong choice back then. Although Zhao Feng had killed a demigod in the god corpse, he had used a substandard god weapon, the god-slaying arrow. The situation now was completely different. How is this possible? Demigod Dark Ocean hasn't finished off that brat yet? The experts of the other forces outside of Nine Darkness Palace finally noticed Demigod Dark Ocean's battle. They were stunned and didn't dare to believe what they were seeing. They originally thought that Demigod Dark Ocean would be able to kill Zhao Feng very quickly and end the battle. No one expected the battle to develop like this. Demigod Dark Ocean was injured by Zhao Feng in just a short while. At this moment, some of them finally understood that Nine Darkness Palace might not have the confidence to deal with the Hall of Gods, which was why they were gathering forces everywhere. However, it was too late to know that. The only thing they could do now was to kill these four. Zhao Feng, Kuan Yun and Nan Gongxing paused for a moment in the air. They didn't expect Zhao Feng to have such strength already. No wonder he dared to lead everyone toward Nine Darkness Palace. Zhao Feng's eyes scanned around after injuring Demigod Dark Ocean. Although Kuan Yun, Nan Gongxing, and Zhao Yufei were extremely strong, it was still a bit difficult for them to fight against so many experts at the same time. Go! Zhao Feng waved his hand, and a figure appeared in heaven and earth. He has more helpers? A member of Nine Darkness Palace was surprised. However, seeing that Zhao Wan was only at the early stages of the Mystic Light Realm, some of the experts present ignored him. Myriad Forms World of Wind Lightning. Zhao Wan's left eye focused and changed the elements of heaven and earth. Limitless intent of wind lightning instantly filled heaven and earth. This is the power of the eyes of myriad forms. The expression of the Grand Elder of the Black Wicked Cult paused as he looked into Zhao Wan's eyes. How is this possible? Who is this person? How come I've never seen him before? The hearts of the elders of Nine Darkness Palace and the other forces shook. However, right at this moment, a shocking demonic Dao magnificent power appeared from the other side. Zhao Feng, I will tear your body into 10,000 pieces and refine your soul. Demigod Dark Ocean was extremely embarrassed as he roared into the sky. Limitless demonic Dao sacred power mixed with some divine powers surged out of his body. Heaven and earth instantly darkened, as if it had turned into a dark hell. Boom! Limitless demonic power gathered around Demigod Dark Ocean. The hearts of the elders of Nine Darkness Palace and the other forces shook as they felt a terrifying pressure, and they all moved away from Demigod Dark Ocean. Normal sacred lords like them didn't even dare to get close when a demigod expert used his full strength. Demigod Dark Ocean released the projection of his little world and circulated the Nine Darkness secret technique as he waved the substandard god weapon in his hand. One boom! 5 terrifying black flames shot toward Zhao Feng with lightning speed. Let's see if you have the ability to do so. Zhao Feng's expression was cold and fearless as he faced the enraged demigod Dark Ocean. Chapter 1126. Sacred King Wicked Sky was faintly surprised, but he then revealed an excited and savage smile. Sacred King Wicked Sky, lure one of them away and kill him. At this moment, Zhao Feng realized that something was wrong. In the previous battle, he had been continuously injured by Zhao Feng, and Zhao Feng had sucked away a portion of his yuan qi and blood. When Zhao Wan took action, the experts present realized that the owner of the eyes of myriad forms wasn't simple either. Demigod Dark Ocean, who was still in pain from the tribulation lightning eye flame, was once again ravaged by limitless fire of wind lightning and his supreme bloodline divine power. At this moment his resistance against Zhao Feng's soul eye bloodline techniques was even lower now that his soul was weakened. Therefore, Zhao Yufei wasn't afraid of dragging the Duanmu family down and directly participated in this mission. Earth-destroying finger. The wings behind Zhao Feng's back flashed with a stunning light as his figure instantly flashed next to Demigod Dark Ocean. He die. At this moment, the battle between Zhao Yufei and the members of Zhao Yufei Palace had already left Zhao Yufei Palace's territory. A mocking voice sounded in Sacred King Wicked Sky's soul. At the same time, the cloud silkworm Saint Butterfly flew out of the little thieving cat's mouth and quickly released silk and dream pollen. Wind lightning eye flame. On the other side, Zhao Feng's expression was cold as he circulated the power of the god blood in his index finger against Demigod Dark Ocean's powerful attack. Demigod Dark Ocean's expression changed dramatically as he felt the power of the explosion. Zhao Wan harumphed coldly in disdain. He obviously knew how strong Zhao Feng was. Nine Darkness Palace is working with non-humans? Right at this moment, a scarlet golden light flashed through the center of the explosion. Heaven and earth changed colors as if the entire world was about to be destroyed. A storm of destruction started to spread. In an instant, the scarlet golden light pierced through Demigod Dark Ocean's chest. Kuan Yun, Nan Gongxing, and Zhao Wan were barely able to deal with the enemies in front of them. They didn't realize that Zhao Yufei's battlefield was getting further and further away from them. Sacred King Wicked Sky reached out, and a black demonic light mixed with a wisp of divine power formed a black spear. Looks like the Duanmu family has been living too peacefully recently. The lesson given by the Nine Nether Palace back then wasn't enough. Demigod Dark Ocean and everything around him started to disappear in Zhao Feng's vision. A wicked demonic light surged around Sacred King Wicked Sky's body, and he radiated a terrifying divine might that shook heaven and earth. Now, the God Eye disintegration had reduced his overall strength by 20%. He waved his hand, and the demonic power in the void condensed again, forming several spears burning with black flames. Zhao Yufei's expression darkened slightly. She pressed her jade-like hand on her chest and spat out a mouthful of golden-purple blood. Starting from Zhao Feng's tribulation lightning eye flame, Demigod Dark Ocean started to suffer from all sorts of attacks from Zhao Feng, and he didn't even have the chance to fight back. On the side, Kuan Yun, Nan Gongxing, and Zhao Yufei were worried for Zhao Feng, but they relaxed slightly when they saw that Zhao Wan was fighting with all his strength and wasn't anxious at all. Zhao Feng's gaze pierced through 100,000 miles and landed on Sacred King Wicked Sky, who was fighting against Zhao Yufei. Wind lightning explosion. When Demigod Dark Ocean regained consciousness, he suddenly realized that his body, soul, sacred power, and even divine power were slowly disappearing. His strength was also decreasing. From the looks of the current situation, Nine Darkness Palace still had the advantage, and they would definitely win in the end. However, there was one uncertain factor on the battlefield: Zhao Feng. If Zhao Feng still had some hidden cards, the situation might change. Even if Zhao Feng has a defensive substandard god weapon, he'll still die from such a powerful attack. So this is all Nine Darkness Palace has. Furthermore, even Demigod Dark Ocean wouldn't be able to heal the damage from the sky-penetrating finger in a short amount of time. Wang, this early-stage Sacred Lord can't be underestimated either. Another small hole appeared in Demigod Dark Ocean's chest, and black blood started to flow out. Demigod Dark Ocean's head became dizzy, and he lost control of his body. The 5 battles near the Nine Darkness Mountain range shook heaven and earth. Boom. Heaven and earth around him had turned into a vacuum. Everything there had completely disappeared. Zhao Feng's aura suddenly changed as a sharp killing intent radiated from him. At this moment, he wasn't Zhao Feng's match anymore. It would be hard for him to even escape from Zhao Feng's hands. Understood, Grand Elder. God Eye disintegration. The hole on Zhao Yufei's flawless body started to quickly heal. At such a close distance, Zhao Feng immediately circulated the bloodline divine power in his index finger and used a powerful combat skill. A terrifying surge of ancient bloodline divine power spread from Zhao Feng's index finger. At the same time, Zhao Feng merged the power of his little world of wind lightning and the physical force lightning domain into his attack. Therefore, Demigod Dark Ocean used other things to distract Zhao Feng. Tribulation Lightning Eye Flame. In the end, a sacred lord is still a sacred lord. How can he fight against a demigod expert? Sky Penetrating Finger. Zhao Yufei's body flashed with a purple light, and she was like a goddess of ice as she chased after Demigod Dark Ocean with terrifying Heaven-Earth Yuan Qi. Demigod Dark Ocean screamed. He felt as if his soul was about to be torn apart, and the pain was unbearable. A ball of God Tribulation lightning symbols burned like fire and landed on Demigod Dark Ocean's soul with a terrifying soul aura. This time, Zhao Feng completely released the bloodline power of his index finger. Before Zhao Feng carried out this plan, he told Zhao Feng his final goal, to eliminate 9 Darkness Palace. Boom. On the other side, bam. Earth-destroying finger. The black spear pierced through Zhao Yufei's body and created a layer of crystalline light. Today, 9 Darkness Palace will be erased from the continent. Who? Not good. Arg. Zhao Feng, the person you love doesn't have long to live. Zhao Feng's expression turned to surprise. Ding. Bam. Something's not right. Demigod Dark Ocean doesn't seem to be planning on defeating me and has switched from offense to defense. Demigod Dark Ocean had an ugly expression. Zhao Yufei's spiritual race bloodline was both offensive and defensive. Even if the upper echelon of 9 Darkness Palace had other special methods, Zhao Yufei would be able to last for a while. Zhao Feng's finger released a strong surge of wind lightning that shot out with a dominating intent. A silver-gray streak of light suddenly flashed behind Demigod Dark Ocean. The other experts instantly relaxed when they saw Demigod Dark Ocean use such a terrifying move. Wind Lightning Eye Flame. At this moment, Zhao Feng was on guard and unleashed his soul eye bloodline techniques and powerful attacks at the same time, instantly suppressing Demigod Dark Ocean. An incomparably huge finger light, carrying with it an endless scarlet gold thunderstorm, blasted out like a pillar that could hold up the sky. Ding. Bam. 5 streaks of black thorns swept toward Zhao Feng in the dark world of hell. Zhao Feng's left eye flashed with a weird purple and gold light. Layers of transparent golden ripples spread and instantly passed through Demigod Dark Ocean thousands of times, analyzing the structure of his body. Not good, Yufei. Where do you think you're going? Zhao Feng kept on using his eye bloodline techniques to disrupt him while using the sky-penetrating finger. The sky-penetrating finger was extremely fast, and one would be hit if they weren't careful. Tribulation Lightning Eye Flame. In this period of time, Zhao Feng used his God Eye disintegration to weaken Demigod Dark Ocean's power. How could a late-stage sacred lord block a demigod at full power? This aura, it's the aura of an ancient bloodline, and it's mixed with a wisp of divine power. If he was careless, it was very likely that he would be killed by Zhao Feng's full-strength attack. It's that move again. Sacred King Wicked Sky's expression turned to surprise. He knew the Grand Elder's true intentions and started to panic. Zhao Feng didn't give Demigod Dark Ocean any chance to breathe and condensed the last bit of God Tribulation lightning. Demigod Dark Ocean felt an unprecedented sense of danger and finally realized that the situation wasn't good. However, Sacred King Wicked Sky didn't dare to retort. The upper echelon of 9 Darkness Palace slowly started to move the battlefield. Demigod Dark Ocean's expression didn't change as he messaged Sacred King Wicked Sky. Zhao Yufei's expression became cold as she shot out several beams of purple and gold light. Demigod Dark Ocean had an ugly expression as he cursed in his heart. At this moment, there were almost 10 small holes on Demigod Dark Ocean's body. What terrifying power! Demigod Dark Ocean's expression changed as he prepared to interrupt Zhao Feng's forbidden eye bloodline technique. Damn it, this brat's eye bloodline technique is too strong. Demigod Dark Ocean snickered coldly. From his point of view, Zhao Yufei was already dead, and Zhao Feng and company wouldn't be able to escape either. Zhao Feng circulated his left eye and used a forbidden eye bloodline technique without hesitation after using this technique. This was a peerless attack that demigod Dark Ocean used with the help of his little world and a substandard god weapon. No one below the demigod level would be able to survive. Therefore, Zhao Feng had to kill demigod Dark Ocean first. However, even if Zhao Feng realized that something was wrong, he couldn't just charge over right now. A ball of God Tribulation lightning symbols burned like fire and contained a terrifying soul aura as it landed on demigod Dark Ocean's soul. Zhao Feng, who had circulated his perfect Blood Devil Sun bloodline, would occasionally approach demigod Dark Ocean and suck away wisps of his blood essence and yuan qi. Demigod Dark Ocean's face was pale white, and his aura was extremely weak, but he revealed a cold smile as he looked into the distance. Seeing that demigod Dark Ocean had woken up, Zhao Feng stopped the gaze of the god eye. Demigod Dark Ocean is completely enraged. The little thieving cat held a spade with both hands and smashed it onto demigod Dark Ocean's head. Haha, the bloodline of the ancient spiritual race will die in my hands today. Once he went to save Zhao Yufei, demigod Dark Ocean would definitely defeat Nan Gongxing, Kuan Yun, and Zhao Wan. At that point, Zhao Feng would definitely lose. It's too late now. Countless bolts of fire of wind lightning exploded from the giant finger and engulfed demigod Dark Ocean's body. If that's the case, then I'll just kill you. A ball of purple and gold flames landed on demigod Dark Ocean's head. Even the powerful bloodline of the spiritual race wouldn't be able to block the attack of a demigod. Demigod Dark Ocean's soul was once again hit by a terrifying soul eye bloodline technique. At this critical moment, Zhao Yufei had no choice but to activate her bloodline body. Her entire body suddenly glowed with a crystalline light, like a goddess made of ice and jade, with a layer of purple flowing on her skin. Zhao Feng's left eye instantly flashed with countless bolts of white lightning, and the intent of destruction appeared along with a powerful soul undulation. You still have the time to look elsewhere? No one knew how Sacred King Wicked Sky suddenly had such strong battle power. Only Zhao Feng's left eye could see through Sacred King Wicked Sky's body and see a non-human figure within his little world. Arg! That Sacred King Wicked Sky mocked coldly as he secretly communicated with the other members of Nine Darkness Palace and planned out a strategy. From the looks of it, demigod Dark Ocean was only injured by Zhao Feng because he had been careless. Even if Zhao Feng displayed strong battle power, his opponent was a demigod. How could he endure this and slowly fight with Zhao Feng? Zhao Wan controlled all the power of wind lightning in heaven and earth and gathered it in his hand, forming a terrifying tornado of wind lightning that roared forward. Chapter 1127. Demigod Dark Ocean, I didn't think that you would collude with the non-humans. Zhao Feng's expression changed dramatically. He didn't expect a non-human demigod to appear. I have to use any method in order to obtain the final victory. Demigod Dark Ocean snickered coldly and quickly retreated when he saw that Zhao Feng's gaze was attracted to the other side. You want to run? Zhao Feng's expression was cold as he stared at Demigod Dark Ocean and released a cold killing intent. A layer of dark purple mist suddenly appeared behind Zhao Feng and spread out, covering Demigod Dark Ocean. What? Demigod Dark Ocean paused for a moment. Zhao Feng was still so calm at a time like this? He didn't care about Zhao Yufei and attacked him? However, Demigod Dark Ocean was completely dazed when his gaze landed on Sacred King Wicked Sky. An amber golden eye of heaven appeared above Sacred King Wicked Sky. It seemed to be embedded in heaven and earth, and it flashed with a profound golden light as it looked down coldly. Sacred King Wicked Sky, who was about to attack, suddenly felt an unprecedented pressure, and his soul started to tremble. Sacred King Wicked Sky scanned with his divine sense before looking at the eye of heaven that was looking down at him. What's going on? This is? Sacred King Wicked Sky's body shook as he stood dazedly. His soul intent was completely suppressed. The non-human demigod within Sacred King Wicked Sky's body was just lending his power to Sacred King Wicked Sky. The main controller of this body was still Sacred King Wicked Sky. Sacred King Wicked Sky's soul intent was completely suppressed by Zhao Feng's Eye of Heaven, and he couldn't even think of resisting. Yufei, run! Zhao Feng tried to fight for a chance for Zhao Yufei. However, at this moment, Zhao Yufei was standing still as if she didn't react at all. Useless idiot. The non-human demigod snickered coldly within Sacred King Wicked Sky's little world and released his powerful soul intent. Boom! A surge of soul intent that belonged to a demigod suddenly spread. The non-human demigod completely suppressed Sacred King Wicked Sky's soul and temporarily controlled this body. The pitch-black spears in the air were immediately under his control. Die, Spirit Race Bloodline User. A wicked and cold voice sounded from within Sacred King Wicked Sky's body. But at this moment, the Eye of Heaven that was looking down at Sacred King Wicked Sky released a powerful surge of eye intent that caused heaven and earth to tremble. A bottomless purple-golden swirl appeared in the golden Eye of Heaven, which seemed to lead to an endless maze of illusions. A forbidden power that could suck out one's soul instantly covered Sacred King Wicked Sky's body. That forbidden energy was like the power of a ruler, inviolable and unstoppable. The non-human demigod's soul that was about to attack was completely immobilized by this forbidden power. How is this possible? This kid's eye technique? The non-human demigod within Sacred King Wicked Sky's body trembled with shock. One had to know that the Eye of Heaven in the sky was imprisoning two people's souls at the same time. How could a mere late-stage Holy Lord accomplish this? However, what he didn't know was that Zhao Feng's eye bloodline techniques were even stronger when he used the Eye of Heaven. Furthermore, Zhao Feng was currently within the power of the little world of illusions, so his soul eye bloodline techniques were strengthened by the little world of illusions. At this moment, Zhao Feng didn't use the gaze of the God Eye to suck out their souls. He only completely imprisoned their souls, so the power of the restriction was even stronger. In the surroundings of the Nine Nether Mountain Range, the other members of the Nine Nether Palace and the experts of the various forces were shocked as they witnessed this scene in shock. At this moment, they obviously understood that there seemed to be a demigod hidden within Sacred King Wicked Sky's body. However, what they couldn't imagine was that Zhao Feng was able to stall two demigods by himself. Demigod Dark Ocean was trapped within the power of Zhao Feng's little world of illusions, and his soul was being enchanted by a powerful illusion. Adding on the interference of the little thieving cat and the cloud silkworm Saint Butterfly, Demigod Dark Ocean was unable to break through the power of the little world. 100,000 miles away, the unknown demigod expert within Sacred King Wicked Sky's body was imprisoned by Zhao Feng's incredible eye bloodline technique. At this moment, all the experts present were unable to calm down the waves in their hearts as they stared at Zhao Feng. Damn it, why is it like this? The non-human demigod's soul within Sacred King Wicked Sky's body struggled, but it was unable to break free from this power. However, right at this moment, another change occurred. In front of Sacred King Wicked Sky, a powerful undulation of divine power suddenly radiated from Zhao Yufei's body. A rhombus-shaped crystal could be faintly seen on Zhao Yufei's forehead. Zhao Yufei had obtained this rhombus-shaped crystal from the head of the god corpse, but she didn't know how to use the power of this rhombus-shaped crystal. However, in that life-and-death moment just now, this rhombus-shaped crystal connected with Zhao Yufei's bloodline. A dazzling purple and gold light instantly radiated from Zhao Yufei's body. All the heaven-earth yuan qi within several dozen thousand miles started to tremble and quickly gathered toward Zhao Yufei as if they were worshipping a god. Such a phenomenon once again shocked everyone present. Could it be that her spiritual race bloodline has awakened even further? The non-human demigod within Sacred King Wicked Sky's body was extremely close to Zhao Feng, and he was stunned as he felt the shocking bloodline aura within Zhao Yufei's body. Suddenly, Zhao Yufei opened her eyes, and a terrifying surge of divine power crushed towards Sacred King Wicked Sky in front of her. Zhao Yufei waved her jade-like hand, and an invisible surge of power shot towards Sacred King Wicked Sky. Kacha! The mystic light sacred power within Sacred King Wicked Sky's body instantly stopped circulating and froze. Sacred King Wicked Sky's entire body was then frozen in the Yuan Qi crystal. Yufei's bloodline power has awakened even further. Zhao Feng was overjoyed as he felt this shocking ancient bloodline aura. He only realized what was happening to Zhao Yufei after observing closely just now. This was why Zhao Feng sealed their souls so that they wouldn't be able to use even a wisp of their intent to affect Zhao Yufei. Boom! A figure instantly jumped out of Sacred King Wicked Sky's body, which was sealed by a layer of Yuan Qi crystal. The dark gray figure turned into a dark streak of light that instantly passed through 10,000 miles and disappeared into the sky. That's a non-human demigod. The members of the other 3-star forces near Nine Darkness Palace exclaimed. Nine Darkness Palace is working with the non-humans? Sacred King Earth Ghost's expression was extremely grim. It would have been fine if this non-human hadn't been exposed, but because of Zhao Feng, this non-human was completely exposed. Nine Darkness Palace was finished now. Demigod Dark Ocean. Today, Nine Darkness Palace will be removed from the Great Gone Lord Dynasty. Zhao Feng looked at Demigod Dark Ocean in the purple and gold maze palace and snickered coldly after Zhao Yufei's danger was resolved. Demigod Dark Ocean's body shook. Demigod Dark Ocean realized that the situation wasn't good when Zhao Feng used the Eye of Heaven. Now that this non-human demigod had been exposed, Nine Darkness Palace would definitely be involved. If the situation was good and Nine Darkness Palace killed Zhao Feng, they could blame everything on Sacred King Wicked Sky and give the secret technique in Zhao Feng's hands to the Grand Imperial Hall. That way, they might be able to escape. However, Nine Darkness Palace's momentum was gone, and the forces that realized that Nine Darkness Palace was working with non-humans didn't dare to help Nine Darkness Palace anymore. Nine Darkness Palace was completely finished. Then let's die together. Zhao Feng. Demigod Dark Ocean had a sharp expression as he stared at Zhao Feng with boundless hatred in his eyes. A lethal sense of danger radiated from Demigod Dark Ocean's body. Not good, he's too close. Zhao Feng felt that something was wrong. With the distance between him and Demigod Dark Ocean, he probably wouldn't be able to dodge Demigod Dark Ocean's self-destruction. Shwa! A black triangular piece of metal appeared in Zhao Feng's hand. The profound green lines on it suddenly flashed with a green-gold light. One boom! All the power within Demigod Dark Ocean's body instantly exploded. A terrifying power of destruction swept across heaven and earth as all of Nine Darkness Palace was destroyed by Demigod Dark Ocean's self-destruction. Not far away, some members of Nine Darkness Palace and the upper echelon of the other 3-star powers weren't able to dodge in time and were killed by the power of the self-destruction. A demigod of Nine Darkness Palace ended up like this. She can only blame herself for colluding with non-humans. The other 3-star powers immediately cut ties with Nine Darkness Palace. Unfortunately, Zhao Feng was so close to Demigod Dark Ocean. He couldn't have dodged the self-destruction of a demigod. An elder of a 3-star power sighed and said. However, the next instant, the elder choked on his words, and his face turned white as he looked at the center of the explosion in fear. When the dust settled, Zhao Feng was standing at the center of the explosion without any injuries on his body. How is this possible? He's perfectly fine? That's the self-destruction of a demigod. Everyone, including Kuan Yun, Nen Gongxing, and company, had expressions of disbelief as they looked at Zhao Feng like he was a monster. Zhao Feng's expression was calm. If it wasn't for the fact that he had the ancient god seal, he would have been injured even if he tried to retreat at full speed. From now on, Nine Darkness Palace will no longer exist in the Great Gone Lord Dynasty. Zhao Feng floated in the air like a god as his clear voice spread across heaven and earth. The hearts of everyone that was still alive shook as they looked dazedly at Zhao Feng. They didn't even dare to breathe loudly. Those from Nine Darkness Palace will be killed without mercy if they don't submit. Zhao Feng looked down, his cold gaze sweeping over all the people in front of him. Plop. Some of the surviving members of Nine Darkness Palace knelt onto the ground. Nan Gongxing, Kuan Yun, and Zhao Yufei revealed faint smiles as they looked at Zhao Feng. The other 3-star powers stood still as if they didn't dare to do anything without Zhao Feng's permission. Right at this moment, several beams of golden light flashed across the sky. Sacred King Feather Spirit's eyes squinted as he scanned across the 9 Darkness Mountain range with his divine sense. They had come today to participate in the secret meeting that demigod Dark Ocean was holding. However, from the looks of it, the Hall of Gods seemed to have started a war with 9 Darkness Palace. At this moment, only a small portion of 9 Darkness Palace's members remained, and demigod Dark Ocean was nowhere to be seen. Sacred King Feather Spirit's mind shook. Could 9 Darkness Palace have lost to the Hall of Gods? How was that possible? 9 Darkness Palace was a peak 3-star power of the Great Gone Lord dynasty, and they had a lot of foundation. Even if they weren't the Hall of Gods match, they shouldn't have lost so quickly. Furthermore, there were many experts from other 3-star powers and sects that had allied with 9 Darkness Palace. However, since 9 Darkness Palace had lost, the agreement between the Grand Imperial Hall and 9 Darkness Palace was useless. Zhao Feng, how dare you attack 9 Darkness Palace in public? Sacred King Feather Spirit looked at Zhao Feng and questioned coldly. Chapter 1128. Zhao Feng, how dare you attack 9 Darkness Palace in public? Sacred King Feather Spirit looked at Zhao Feng and questioned in a cold tone. So what if I did? Zhao Feng's expression was calm as he asked in a cold tone. Sacred King Feather Spirit's expression froze. Zhao Feng's cold and disdainful attitude made him feel a bit scared. Sacred King Feather Spirit knew that he probably wasn't Zhao Feng's match, but he had the Grand Imperial Hall behind him. There was no need for him to be scared of Zhao Feng. The 2 Lord dynasties are in constant conflict right now, and a war could break out at any moment. Does the Hall of Gods have ulterior motives for destroying a peak 3-star force in the Great Gone Lord dynasty and weakening the Lord dynasty? Sacred King Feather Spirit's expression was cold as he asked. Now that 9 Darkness Palace had been destroyed, the Grand Imperial Hall could only accuse the Hall of Gods if they wanted to obtain the secret technique in Zhao Feng's hands. If Zhao Feng dared to resist, the Grand Imperial Hall would be able to take action. Sacred King Feather Spirit, you don't know this, but 9 Darkness Palace is the one that has ulterior motives. A faint smile appeared on Zhao Feng's face. What do you mean? Sacred King Feather Spirit revealed a puzzled expression. When we attacked the 9 Darkness Palace just now, we discovered that there was a demigod of a foreign race hiding in the little world of an elder of the 9 Darkness Palace. Everyone here can prove it. Zhao Feng said with a faint smile. Sacred King Feather Spirit, I can prove this. I didn't expect 9 Darkness Palace to be working with non-humans. We were truly blind to not see through 9 Darkness Palace. Some of the forces present immediately cut off their relationship with 9 Darkness Palace and spoke righteously. It wasn't a small matter that a non-human demigod had snuck into the Great Gone Lord dynasty, and there were too many people who saw it. They had to admit it even if they didn't want to. This Sacred King Feather Spirit was dazed for a moment. He couldn't imagine that 9 Darkness Palace would be working with non-humans. This meant that 9 Darkness Palace really deserved to die. The Grand Imperial Hall shouldn't blame the Hall of Gods for destroying such a force. On the contrary, they should reward them. Why did Sacred King Feather Spirit come here? At this time, Zhao Feng asked with a playful smile. I happened to pass by here. Sacred King Feather Spirit instantly felt weak. I must report this matter to the Supreme Imperial Hall as soon as possible. Sacred King Feather Spirit left with the other members of the Grand Imperial Hall after saying this. Grand Imperial Hall, you must capture the demigod that infiltrated Great Qian. Zhao Feng's voice sounded in Sacred King Feather Spirit's ears before he left. Zhao Feng, Sacred King Feather Spirit gritted his teeth. This time, he would return empty-handed. After the members of the Grand Imperial Hall left, the atmosphere froze once more. Many members of the forces looked at Zhao Feng with fawning expressions. You're all forces that have allied with 9 Darkness Palace, and 9 Darkness Palace is suspected of colluding with the foreign races. In order to clear your name, you only have one choice, which is to become a subordinate force of the Hall of Gods. Zhao Feng had a solemn expression as he looked down at everyone. His tone was certain and didn't allow anyone to refute him. The three-star forces were silent. They didn't expect Zhao Feng to be so forceful after taking care of 9 Darkness Palace and threaten almost 23-star forces and sections. This included some 3-star superpowers, the Jiang family, and the Dong family of the 8 big families. However, helplessness appeared in everyone's eyes. If the Hall of Gods had been heavily injured after taking over 9 Darkness Palace, they would have dared to fight back. However, only 5 people from the Hall of Gods had come this time, and they weren't heavily injured. Adding on the fact that the Hall of Gods had devoured the remaining forces of 9 Darkness Palace, they had become stronger than ever and had become a peak 3-star force that surpassed 9 Darkness Palace. It wasn't a big deal to become the subordinate force of such a powerful 3-star force, but the Hall of Gods had a lot of conflict with the Grand Imperial Hall. If you don't agree, then the Hall of Gods will have to visit you one by one. Zhao Feng's cold voice sounded once more. Everyone's heart skipped a beat. 9 Darkness Palace ended up like this after being visited by 5 people from the Hall of Gods. Even demigod Dark Ocean had no choice but to self-destruct. How could a small force like theirs withstand Zhao Feng's visit? The Mountain Sea clan is willing to become the subordinate force of the Hall of Gods. A Grand Elder of a normal 3-star force said at this moment. The Earth Fire clan is also willing to become the subordinate force of the Hall of Gods. Another voice sounded. The forces that bowed to the Hall of Gods first were all normal 3-star forces. None of them dared to disobey after seeing Zhao Feng's strength and what happened to 9 Darkness Palace. The Earth Demon cult is willing to cooperate with the Hall of Gods. Sacred King Earth Ghost's voice sounded at this moment. The other forces present were stunned. They didn't expect Sacred King Earth Ghost to submit to the Hall of Gods so directly. However, Sacred King Earth Ghost was extremely scared of Zhao Feng right now. Back in the God Corpse, Sacred King Earth Ghost had teamed up with Sacred King Feather Spirit and company to force Zhao Feng. Now, Sacred King Earth Ghost was teaming up with 9 Darkness Palace to deal with Zhao Feng. At this moment, Sacred King Earth Ghost's heart was hanging in the air. He was afraid that Zhao Feng would cause trouble for him. Seeing that Sacred King Earth Ghost had also submitted to Zhao Feng, the other forces had no objections and accepted Zhao Feng's suggestion. Let's go! Zhao Feng flew toward Nangongxing, Zhao Yufei, and company before waving the misty spatial world and disappearing. More than a dozen days later, the forces of the Hall of Gods near 9 Darkness Palace took over the 9 Darkness Mountain Range and rebuilt a sub-hall of the Hall of Gods. The owner of this sub-hall was the Dark Ghost Clan, a force that used to belong to 9 Darkness Palace. The news of 9 Darkness Palace being destroyed spread across the Great Gone Lord dynasty. The 5 people from the Hall of Gods crushed 9 Darkness Palace and more than a dozen other 3-star forces. Demigod Dark Ocean of 9 Darkness Palace wasn't a match for Zhao Feng and self-destructed, but he still wasn't able to kill Zhao Feng. This event completely shook the entire Great Gone Lord dynasty and became another hot topic after the war and the God Corpse. The strength of the upper echelon of the Hall of Gods shocked everyone. After swallowing 9 Darkness Palace and more than a dozen other 3-star forces, the Hall of Gods forces started to expand rapidly. After that, even more forces in the Great Gone Lord dynasty threw olive branches at the Hall of Gods, such as the Tai family, the Ji family, and Black Screen Corner. Without a doubt, the Hall of Gods had become the #1 force below the 4-star forces. It had become a force that was comparable to the Grand Imperial Hall and Sky Suspension Palace, 2 other 4-star forces. 3 months later, the demigod that had snuck into the Great Gone Lord dynasty was also killed by the forces led by the Grand Imperial Hall. Gone Province, Grand Imperial Hall. In a dazzling and magnificent palace, the atmosphere was extremely tense. The Hall of Gods has formed. If we wait a few thousand years and Zhao Feng becomes a demigod, another 4-star force will be born in the continent zone. An old sacred king sighed. In reality, the current size of the Hall of Gods was comparable to the Grand Imperial Hall and Sky Suspension Palace, but they didn't have any demigod experts. Zhao Feng definitely has Sacred King Samsara's secret technique. The Hall of Gods will definitely fight against the Grand Imperial Hall in the future and fight for control of the Great Gon Lord dynasty. Demigod Taichi's expression became grim as he spoke. Hearing this, the hall fell silent once more. The battle power of the Grand Imperial Hall's upper echelon was heavily injured in the battle between the true gods. Because of the non-human demigod, the demigods of the Grand Imperial Hall had to personally come out and waste some time. Right now, none of the demigods of the Grand Imperial Hall were at their peak. Rumors also said that Zhao Feng had suppressed demigod Dark Ocean and another non-human demigod in the battle between the Hall of Gods and Nine Darkness Palace. Even if Dark Ocean and the non-human demigod hadn't fully recovered from their injuries, Zhao Feng's actions were incredible. This meant that even if the Grand Imperial Hall had an excuse to attack the Hall of Gods, they would need to send at least 3 demigod experts. Furthermore, this would severely damage the Great Gon Lord dynasty's strength. Once the Dark Moon Lord dynasty counterattacked, the Great Gon Lord dynasty would be in danger. The Grand Imperial Hall needs to rest for a while. When the time is right, I will personally come out. Demigod Dragon Emperor, who was covered in a layer of golden light, spoke at the very top of the hall. Demigod Dragon Emperor was originally planning to break through to the heavenly divine realm after recovering from his injuries, but now he had to delay his breakthrough. Demigod Dragon Emperor was going to personally take action. The upper echelon present were stunned, and no one said anything else. Hall of Gods. This time, Zhao Feng had comprehended many things after fighting against a demigod. Zhao Feng circulated the 10,000 divine thoughts technique in the Forbidden Grounds and cultivated many other aspects at the same time. The first 2 thoughts were used by Zhao Feng to cultivate the 5 elemental wind lightning technique and the golden Kuan's sacred lightning body. The third and fourth thoughts were used to comprehend the divine forming technique and the wind lightning raging finger. If Zhao Feng didn't have the help of divine power in his fight against demigod Dark Ocean, his attacks wouldn't have been able to deal that much damage to demigod Dark Ocean. The power of the wind lightning raging finger combined with his index finger was shocking as well, proving that Zhao Feng had chosen the right path. The fifth thought was comprehending the soul-splitting technique. Zhao Feng had successfully cultivated the second level of the soul-splitting technique, and he still had the Eye of Samsara, so he needed to comprehend the third level as soon as possible. When the time was right, he would start to create a third clone. At the end, Zhao Feng entered the dimension of his left eye and replayed the battle between him and demigod Dark Ocean in order to learn from demigod Dark Ocean. Zhao Yufei, who had returned with Zhao Feng, also entered seclusion. The crystal that Zhao Yufei had obtained from the god corpse was extremely mysterious, and it allowed her spiritual race bloodline to awaken even more. She seemed to have obtained other benefits as well, but she needed time to digest them. Nan Gongxing and Kuan Yun seemed to have started to prepare to break through to the heavenly divine realm. Who knew how many mystic light realm experts had been stopped by the heavenly divine realm, and they weren't even able to touch the door to the heavenly divine realm. Many demigods had been stuck at the same level for tens of thousands of years, unable to break through. Even though Kuan Yun had experienced breaking through to the heavenly divine realm, he needed to prepare and use all his strength. 1 year later, a strong and condensed ancient aura suddenly appeared within the misty spatial world and woke Zhao Feng up from seclusion. A rainbow-colored mystic light sacred power surrounded Zhao Wan and changed the nature of the misty spatial world. Both his cultivation and intent have reached the late stages of the mystic light realm. Zhao Feng revealed a stunned expression. He didn't expect Zhao Wan's cultivation speed to be so fast that he had already caught up to him. Looks like I still underestimated this body. Zhao Feng gave a faint smile. Zhao Wan's body was made from many precious blood crystals and blood god crystals. Back then, Zhao Feng had even merged some of the power of the god blood into it. Although Zhao Wan wasn't a bloodline descendant of the giant god race, his bloodline was still somewhat related to the giant god race. At the same time, Zhao Feng's consciousness moved toward Zhao Wang. After Zhao Wang took control of the remaining forces of Nine Darkness Palace, he used Nine Darkness Palace's resources and some special secret realms to successfully break through to the level of a sacred lord. My 2 doppelgangers have completely grown up. Zhao Feng was overjoyed. Right at this moment, Bai Qingyue sent a message through the Dark Heart Seal. Master, I've found some information regarding the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon. Chapter 1129. The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon's intent moved slightly. Next to her, Li Shuai also looked at this scene in shock. Zhao Feng waved his left arm, and his figure disappeared in a flash of silver. The only place in the entire Sky Qin zone that the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon couldn't see through was the Fan Luan Ancient Sound Palace. The peaceful Sky Qin Sacred Palace was filled with ancient buildings, and the faint sound of a zither could be heard. What, your master? Zhao Feng? With the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon's cultivation, it could obviously see that this inheritance palace focused on the Tao of entertainment. The Sky Qin Sacred Palace master was about to speak but stopped herself. Old Monster Su's joyful voice sounded from the other side. But we just need to get back to the Azure Flower Continent before the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon arrives. But at this moment, in an extremely distant region of the Sky Qin Sacred Palace, a supreme willpower burst forth. Even the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon couldn't see through this building. The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon seems to be passing by the ocean. Bai Qingyue sent a message through the Dark Heart Seal. Some of the elders and upper echelon members of Sky Qin Sacred Palace had shocked expressions as they looked at the scene in the distance. The elders of Sky Qin's Sacred Palace sighed in shock. Broom. The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon paused slightly in front of the Fan Luan Ancient Sound Palace. Zhao Feng soon left the ocean and entered the Nanlin Sea. The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon ignored the Sky Qin Sacred Palace master and appeared in front of the Fan Luan Ancient Sound Palace. Countless beings within 10,000 miles of Sky Qin Sacred Palace felt their bodies freeze and kneel on the ground when they felt this intent that seemed to be the ruler of heaven and earth. Maybe we can stop the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon. Old Monster Su reported everything to Zhao Feng. In the next instant, Zhao Feng left Yu Province where the Hall of Gods was located. I wonder if Zhao Yufei wants to go back to the Azure Flower Continent? Zhao Feng's expression changed dramatically. Several dozen days later, Zhao Feng was surprised. A fierce light flashed in Zhao Feng's eyes. Zhao Feng sensed that Old Monster Su was in the vicinity of the floating dream spirit realm. The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon revealed a surprised expression and scanned it with its divine sense. Zhao Feng's heart skipped a beat and his eyes narrowed. Since that's the case, I'll dig it out. Bien Hai, could it be? What is the purpose of a sacred lord hiding here? A dark smile appeared on the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon's cold face. Sush. Of course, Zhao Feng mainly relied on the void ocean spiritual palaces scattered throughout the limitless ocean. The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon and Bai Lin only had one target, and that was Zhao Feng. Zhao Feng immediately sent a voice transmission to Old Monster Su. The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon poured its intent into the token. His spirit sense passed through the Sky Qin Sacred Palace and swept towards an abyss. Bai Qingyue said again. Lu Qinin didn't return to the Azure Flower Continent? He still wants to challenge the trial? It's a mystic light realm's sacred lord. One boom. Intelligence organizations had strict requirements for the authenticity of information, so Bai Qingyue didn't dare to give Zhao Feng false information. 10 days ago. Then, an ancient and mysterious palace appeared in his mind. Zhao Feng gave some spare pills to Bai Qingyue. Lu Qinin had also entered the Fan Luan Ancient Sound Palace. On a certain day, don't. The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon took the Fan Luan Ancient Sound Palace and turned into a streak of black light that instantly caught up to Old Monster Su. Right at this moment, Zhao Feng finally understood that the end of the dream that Lu Qinin mentioned was the end of her memories, the Fan Luan Ancient Sound Palace. Her memories from her previous life had ended in the Fan Luan Ancient Sound Palace. The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon had an angry expression. Well, back then, Zhao Feng had gone through the Fan Luan Ancient Sound Palace with those from the Sky Sacred Qin Palace, so he knew how difficult it was. Yes, she came here half a year ago and entered the inheritance sacred ground of the sky sacred Qin Palace. She hasn't come out since. But this mystic light realm sacred lord couldn't fight back at all in front of that non-human male. Master. However, the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon had Bai Lin's help, so Bai Lin would definitely find a way to kill him. The person we're looking for is here? Zhao Feng asked. Back then, Lu Qinxin had died on the 49th floor of the Fan Luan Ancient Sound Palace. With Zhao Feng's current speed, he could travel 10,000 miles in the blink of an eye. Damn it! Zhao Feng's god spiritual eye suddenly sensed something. Li Xue's heart shook. Maybe he's in there. Even the palace master of Sky's sacred Qin Palace, a void god realm emperor, knelt on the ground in front of this intent and was unable to move. However, he didn't know which path the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon would take in the vast Song Ocean. Master, I've found some information regarding the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon's whereabouts. Ever since he left the Azure Flower continent, Zhao Feng had never mentioned his birthplace to the outside world. It wasn't hard for him to find Lu Qinin with the power of the Eye of Destiny. Zhao Feng's figure disappeared into the air amidst the scarlet medicine Dao lightning. Zhao Feng suddenly stood up, and a sharp light shot out of his eyes. Zhao Feng's expression changed dramatically as he suddenly thought of something. Old Monster Su, hide your aura. The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon definitely wouldn't dare to cause trouble for Zhao Feng since he was in the Hall of Gods. But Zhao Feng was too famous in the Great Gon Lord dynasty. The Sky Sacred Qin Palace master said with difficulty. Zhao Feng spread his scarlet wings of lightning and sped through the limitless ocean. Could this person be related to that female from before? Therefore, the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon definitely wanted to capture Lu Qinin to threaten him. Zhao Feng asked in a hurry. Lightning wings spatial flash. Black Destruction Serpent Dragon? Bai Lin. This was because the Azure Flower continent was too weak and small. Any emperor in the Tsang Ocean or the continent zone could completely destroy it. Bai Lin said in a low tone. Bai Lin's voice sounded from within the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon's body. After all, that was also Zhao Yufei's homeland. Zhao Feng then told Bai Qingyue some things. All of a sudden, a terrifying will descended upon the place. The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon's expression changed. At this moment, Old Monster Su turned into a streak of white light and escaped. However, Zhao Yufei seemed to be at a very crucial point and didn't respond to what was happening in the outside world. I'll leave the 5 disciples of the Tai family to you as well. Tens of thousands of miles away, Zhao Feng's expression changed. There was finally news of the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon after so long. However, Zhao Feng had reminded her many times about this, so Bai Qingyue only told Zhao Feng this piece of uncertain information. Zhao Feng's heart shook, and he was unable to remain calm anymore. The metal doors of the Fan Luan Ancient Sound Palace opened. The aura of the ancient era? She could feel that this person could destroy the entire Sky Qin Sacred Palace with just one thought. She couldn't imagine how powerful this man was. If the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon's final destination was the Azure Flower continent, then Zhao Feng would definitely be able to return before the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon did. Bai Qingyue, how long ago did you find out about this? The token instantly appeared in front of the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon. If it became a god in the future and entered the ancient desolate realm of gods, it might never be able to return to the Azure Flower continent. How could a mystic light realm sacred lord appear in such a low-tier island zone? There was definitely something wrong. Now, this man from a different race was definitely here to look for her. If Lu Qinin returns to her homeland, wouldn't the Azure Flower continent be destroyed? May I ask why Senior has come to Sky Qin's Sacred Palace? Otherwise, the Grand Imperial Hall's intelligence network would have gotten hold of this information as well. The Grand Imperial Hall wouldn't just ignore the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon, they would immediately surround and kill it. The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon became enraged. An amber golden eye of heaven appeared in the sky above Old Monster Su's head. It seemed to be embedded in heaven and earth, and it flashed with a profound golden light as it looked down coldly. There's a sacred lord here? Heaven and earth shook, and all the experts within 10,000 miles, including emperors, felt their minds shake as they spat out a mouthful of blood. However, what worried Zhao Feng the most was whether Lu Qinin could successfully reach the 49th floor. Senior, the Fan Luan Ancient Sound Palace needs this token to open. The Sky Qin Palace master revealed a helpless and bitter expression. Zhao Feng's divine sense scanned toward where Zhao Yufei was in seclusion. The area around the ocean was the starting point of the Hall of Gods. Almost every inch of that area was under the control of the Hall of Gods. Even the intelligence networks of Black Screen Corner and the Imperial Sky Net found it hard to infiltrate. However, Zhao Feng didn't expect this information to be very reliable. Thinking up to there, the wings on Zhao Feng's back released a bright glow of wind lightning. Master, you're coming? Why was a mystic light realm's sacred lord hiding near Sky Qin's sacred palace? The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon roared as its limitless intent locked old monster Su in the air, making him unable to move. The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon suddenly discovered something and scanned over with its divine sense. That's a peerless expert that only a 3-star power has. Zhao Feng started to think. The power of his intent could instantly destroy the entire Sky Qin sacred palace, but he couldn't open the door to this palace right now. A male covered in black dragon scales floated in the air. Sky Qin Zone. If the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon had passed by the ocean half a month ago, it wouldn't have been hard for Zhao Feng to catch up to it. However, even if he used the misty spatial world, Zhao Feng would only be able to return to the Ocean Smoke Pavilion. According to Zhao Feng's guesses, Lu Qinin had most likely returned to the Azure Flower Continent. This meant that the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon would definitely head there under Bai Lin's guidance. Zhao Feng appeared in a void ocean spiritual palace at the edge of the floating dream spiritual zone. Passing by the ocean, the ancient silver token immediately emitted a dazzling light that soared into the sky. The hall was magnificent and magnificent. It had an entire 49 levels, and it was completely coiled by a layer of hazy light that emanated a strand of a primeval aura. It's time to go back to the Azure Flower Continent. Of course, Zhao Feng used the misty spatial world to leave behind many spatial coordinates on the way back so that he could return. Old monster Su, who was completely restrained by the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon, suddenly started to laugh. Bai Qingyue replied, Master, this information isn't very reliable. After all, the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon's cultivation is too high, and normal people will find it hard to sense its existence. The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon sent the image of this building to Bai Lin. The palace master of Sky Qin's sacred palace handed over an ancient silver token. Half a year ago, a peerless beauty had descended upon Sky Qin's sacred palace and defeated all the experts within. She was able to enter the Fan Luan Ancient Sound Palace without the help of a token. Zhao Feng murmured softly. For the sake of the entire sect, she couldn't make this senior unhappy at all. The entire Fan Luan Ancient Sound Palace was instantly uprooted by the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon. The next instant, a figure appeared in the sky above Sky Qin's sacred palace. This person's location seems to be blocked by a weird power. What? You're saying that you can't determine this person's location? With Zhao Feng's cultivation, just a wisp of his aura was enough to scare the palace master of the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace to the point that she had to personally send Zhao Feng to the teleportation array. The Sky Qin Sacred Palace master's body shook, and she took in a cold breath. I can't open it. Black Destruction Serpent Dragon, you're really tired of living. You want to deal with my master? The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon's expression became grim when it scanned the area with its divine sense. Bai Qingyue said, It should be here. Whoosh. If that was the case, then Zhao Feng would return by himself. However, if the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon's target was the Sky Qin Sacred Palace, then that might not be the case. The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon didn't know anything about the Tao of entertainment, so it definitely wouldn't be able to successfully enter. Chapter 1130. An amber golden eye of heaven seemed to be embedded in heaven and earth, and it flashed with a profound golden light as it coldly looked down. Even the black destruction serpent dragon's body shook slightly when it looked up at the eye of heaven, and it felt pressured. Oh my God! That's... The hearts of all the experts within Sky Qin's sacred palace turned to stone, and their voices trembled. In the Sky Qin region, more and more experts saw this eye of heaven, and they were all stunned to the spot. What kind of existence is that eye? The hearts of the Sky Qin's sacred palace master and Li Shui shook. Apart from the black destruction serpent dragon, all the experts that saw the eye of heaven felt suffocated, and their souls trembled. Master, that non-human expert just said Zhao Feng. Li Shui's heart moved. Back when Zhao Feng first arrived in the Sky Qin Zone, he used his absolute strength to crush all the geniuses of the Sky Qin Zone during the Tao of Entertainment Conference and forcefully invited her away. Those scenes were still fresh in Li Shui's memory. That's impossible. That person is a mystic light realm's sacred lord. How could his master be Zhao Feng? The Sky Qin's sacred palace master immediately denied it. The Sky Qin's sacred palace master admired Zhao Feng's strength and talent, but only a few dozen years had passed since Zhao Feng left Sky Qin's sacred palace. How could Zhao Feng become a mystic light realm's sacred lord in such a short amount of time and have a mystic light realm servant? The black destruction serpent dragon's expression became grim as it messaged Bai Lin. Why didn't you tell me that Zhao Feng came? The black destruction serpent dragon complained. The rumors about Zhao Feng in the Great Gone Lord dynasty were too terrifying. The black destruction serpent dragon had just recovered to the level of a demigod, so it didn't have much confidence in killing Zhao Feng. I've told you many times that I can't predict Zhao Feng's movements, but since I didn't sense any danger, perhaps this means that you can successfully kill Zhao Feng. Bai Lin said after thinking for a while. Under normal situations, her eyes of destiny would be able to sense danger when it approached her, but she didn't feel anything like that this time. Buzz. Bai Lin didn't notice that the Fan Luan ancient sound palace not far away from her was releasing a mysterious power that penetrated everything and merged with the world of the Fan universe. Is that so? The black destruction serpent dragon paused for a moment, only half believing and half doubting. If what Bai Lin said was true, then the black destruction serpent dragon might be able to kill Zhao Feng in a direct confrontation. Humph, Zhao Feng, now that you've left the Hall of Gods, you'll die today. The black destruction serpent dragon roared with a cold expression as it faced the eye of heaven. Originally, the black destruction serpent dragon was prepared to kill Zhao Feng after it finished exploring the god corpse. However, Zhao Feng had remained in the Hall of Gods this entire time. Kuan Yun, Nen Gongseng, and Zhao Yufei were all present, so he hadn't made a move. Black destruction serpent dragon, you're courting death. The faint golden eye of heaven emitted a wave of mental energy that contained a torrential cold killing intent. What a joke! Back then, even Xieyang couldn't kill me, and there are plenty of people from the two dynasties who want to kill me, but I'm still alive. The black destruction serpent dragon couldn't help but snicker. Even if it wasn't Zhao Feng's match, no one at the same cultivation would be able to stop it if it wanted to run. Now, I'll let your servant die here. The black destruction serpent dragon's expression changed as it looked fiercely at old Monster Su. It could obviously tell that Zhao Feng was still a distance away, and it was just relying on the mark on old Monster Su's body to use some sort of teleportation eye bloodline technique. Heaven and earth shook as a surge of destructive black flames appeared in the black destruction serpent dragon's hand. However, right at this moment, a shocking surge of eye intent appeared from the eye of heaven in the sky, and a frightening purple and gold flame flashed within it. I forgot that this eye can attack. The black destruction serpent dragon's expression became grim as it circulated its soul intent and divine power to defend. The next instant, a giant ball of purple and gold lightning fire landed on the black destruction serpent dragon's body. Boom! The terrifying soul power caused the souls of all the experts within 10,000 miles to explode and their hearts to shake. Old Monster Su broke free from the black destruction serpent dragon's control and ran in a certain direction. Damn it, this eye! The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon had a deadly expression as it quickly got rid of the God Tribulation lightning flames on its body and soul. However, the damage caused by the power of God Tribulation lightning couldn't be healed. The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon turned into a streak of dark black flames that shot through the air and chased after Old Monster Sue. Right at this moment, a terrifying surge of wind lightning appeared in the distance, and it caused the nearby seas to darken and mountains to shatter. A scarlet-red bolt of lightning shot through the air and met the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon's path. Boom! The two figures fiercely clashed and were pushed back several miles. The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon's left shoulder caved in slightly, but it recovered in just a short while. On the other side, Zhao Feng also got rid of the destructive black flames on his body. After a year of seclusion, Zhao Feng's sacred lightning body had improved, and Zhao Feng's undying sacred lightning body had also been formed. At this moment, his sacred lightning body was indestructible. As long as it wasn't a fatal injury, it could quickly recover, just like the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon's Destruction Dragon body. His body. The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon's expression changed slightly. The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon could see that Zhao Feng's body wasn't normal from the clash just now. His defense, resistance, and recovery speed had all reached an unimaginable level. Hand over the Fan Luan Ancient Sound Palace. Zhao Feng's expression was cold as he spoke. Zhao Feng obviously knew what had happened through Old Monster Sue. The Fan Luan Ancient Sound Palace was in the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon's hands, and he had to take it away. Otherwise, Lu Qinin would be harmed by the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon one day. You're joking, right? The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon mocked. It originally wanted to capture the person that could threaten Zhao Feng, but this person was hiding in that weird palace. What surprised the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon was that even it, a demigod, couldn't destroy that palace. This meant that the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon couldn't find the person hiding in the palace. However, even if that was the case, it definitely wouldn't return the palace to Zhao Feng. Boom! A layer of scarlet black flames appeared on the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon's body, and it radiated a forbidden and cold destruction dragon might. Even Zhao Feng felt the bloodline in his body tremble slightly, and it was heavily suppressed. After all, the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon had a faint bloodline of the Destruction Dragon race. The black-scaled male waved his claw, and a faint black wave of flames turned into a black dragon that leapt toward Zhao Feng. Boom! A scorching scarlet flame of wind lightning also appeared on Zhao Feng's body. Sky-destroying sacred lightning palm. Zhao Feng merged his physical force and sacred power into his palm and unleashed a powerful palm. Boom! Two fire elemental powers that could destroy heaven and earth exploded in heaven and earth. All the experts of the Sky Zither region felt the terrifying power that shook the world, and their hearts trembled. If the two of them had fought any closer to the Sky Zither region, the entire island would have been destroyed. Just what level of expert is this? They can probably destroy the entire Sky Qin zone in the blink of an eye. A small number of Peak King Martial Emperors in the Sky Qin zone didn't dare to get too close, so they could only see a blurry scene. Sky-penetrating finger. An ancient bloodline aura radiated from Zhao Feng's right index finger. At the same time, a surge of sacred power of wind lightning poured into it. Whoosh! A scarlet golden light carrying the terrifying power of wind lightning shot out. The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon was unable to dodge at such a close distance, and a hole appeared in its chest. This bloodline aura. The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon's expression became solemn. It had once ambushed Zhao Feng in the God Corpse, and Zhao Feng had used this terrifying bloodline divine power to push it back. However, at this moment, Zhao Feng seemed to have merged this power into his body and was able to use it as he pleased. Furthermore, even the Destruction Serpent Dragon body would need some time to recover from the damage this power had done to it. Bai Lin, are you messing with me? The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon had an ugly expression as it messaged angrily. The strength that Zhao Feng displayed right now was comparable to a normal demigod, but Zhao Feng also had an eye bloodline that even the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon feared. If the situation was good, the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon would be able to fight to a draw with Zhao Feng. I'm not sure about that either. My eyes of destiny haven't sensed any danger yet. Bai Lin, who was in the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon's origin dimension, wasn't very clear about the current situation. Boom. The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon's expression became savage as the scarlet-black flames around its body rose to another level. Destruction Dragon Breath. A forbidden aura of destruction started to form within the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon's body. Not good, the intent of destruction. Zhao Feng's expression turned to surprise. The intent of destruction was the nemesis of all immortal bodies. The power of God Tribulation Lightning contained the intent of destruction, but it wasn't pure intent of destruction. With Zhao Feng's current body, he would probably be severely injured if he took this attack. Since I'm in the Nanlin Sea, I don't need to hide it anymore. Zhao Feng's expression changed dramatically as a triangular piece of metal appeared in his hand. At the same time, countless bolts of white lightning flashed through Zhao Feng's left eye, and a surge of intent of destruction appeared along with a powerful soul undulation. A ball of twisting God Tribulation lightning symbols burned like flames and contained a terrifying soul aura as it landed on the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon's soul. However, at this moment, the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon also spat out a ball of scarlet-black forbidden divine flames. One boom! A giant scarlet-black fireball appeared in heaven and earth. It was like a scarlet-black sun that radiated a forbidden aura that could destroy all things. Arg! The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon howled as it endured Zhao Feng's Tribulation Lightning Eye Flame. When its pain was slightly alleviated, the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon revealed a mocking smile. Hee hee, this brat isn't dodging? That's stupid. Although it had endured a blow from Zhao Feng's Destruction Eye Bloodline technique, its Destruction Dragon Breath was still stronger than the intent of destruction. However, in the next instant, a figure jumped out of the scarlet-black fireball in front of the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon. Zhao Feng approached the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon. Sky-penetrating finger. Zhao Feng pointed a finger at the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon's head. A scarlet golden light radiating an ancient bloodline divine power and the terrifying power of wind lightning pierced through the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon's head. Arg, how is this possible? The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon cried out in pain before looking at the unharmed Zhao Feng. Zhao Feng was able to block its attack that contained the power of origin destruction? This was impossible. The intent of destruction could destroy everything. This is a divine weapon. In the next instant, the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon's eyes locked onto the black metal shield covered in mysterious green lines in Zhao Feng's hand. You're tuning in to the Passion Pages YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.